Well, they're going to get UConn for either a hold or a block in the back. It just happens so often when teams return the ball rather than taking the fair catch.
First time hearing from our referee, Marcus Woods.
Receiving team, number 30, half the distance to the goal, first down.
So back goes UConn. Taquan Roberson, who took over for Joe Fignano against Georgia State with his injury. Fourth game of the year, third start for the redshirt junior.
The Penn State transfer, it's interesting because he's 23 years old, but he just hasn't played a whole lot of football. He was a backup at Penn State, transferred here to UConn, actually got hurt last year against Utah State in the opener, so he's an inexperienced 23-year-old. Every rep matters.
As Dick Charlton told us, the offensive coordinator, he's the youngest 23-year-old I know. Beginning to drive from the 8. Victor Rosa on first down. Across the 10-yard line, Paul Fitzgerald on the tackle. UConn on offense with Rosa getting the first touch behind their experienced O-line.
The offensive line is the strength of this UConn team, in particular the right guard, Christian Haynes. He is an All-American. He brings a physical edge to that group.
Their gain of 1 on first down. 2nd and 9. Roberson rolls out. Gets rid of it, finds Buckman, who slides at the 25. Brett Buckman, the grad student, the transfer from Delaware. First catch of the afternoon.
Love those first two plays. You'll see Buckman, number 10. He's just going to run the out route there, but what helps that is the bootleg action. Everything was going left. This is who I think UConn should be offensively. Outside zone both ways, and then bootlegs and play action pass off of it.
Well, trying to find some kind of rhythm, only averaging 13 points per game. Second lowest total in the FBS. After the gain of 15, Rosa on first down burrows forward for a couple. Kale Motuapuaka makes the tackle for the Aggies. Utah State defensively allowing more than 34 a game.
Good to see their middle linebacker, MJ Tafisi, back in the lineup. Got hurt last week against JMU. He is an old school thumper, 6 foot, 250. You don't see many like him anymore.
7 tackles and a tackle for a loss a week ago. Tafisi started at Washington, now at Utah State. Second and 6. Roberson keeps, then flips. Here's Cam Ross, who's battled injuries throughout his time as a Husky. Picks up the first down before he's belted down by Jaden Francois. So the Huskies, 2 first downs on their opening drive.
I like them bringing Ross in motion. You saw that left to right, that eye candy right there. It just freezes the defensive players enough. When you fake the dive up the middle, you kind of have to honor that for at least a split second. So when Ross is going in motion across the formation, he's going to get out there to the flat before his defender does. I really like that design from UConn offensive coordinator Nick Charlton.
And I always like when Ross gets to talk about Ross. That's always fun for me. Jordan Porter, the New Mexico transfer in motion, first down. Roberson darts and picks. Devin Dye, second straight week with an interception for Utah State, getting the start at safety.
Interception. First down, Utah State.
He had a great game last week.
Well, they kind of baited him into it. Bottom right of your screen, Dye looks like he's going out, and then he comes back in. That is a really good play by Dye. Watch, he acted like he was going with the outside receiver, came right back inside. Utah State is in business.
Your pride and joy is measured in acres. Keep them looking their best with the Kubota lineup. Versatile Sidekick utility vehicles. The #1 rated tractor brand for durability and owner experience. Professional grade mowers for a professional cut. It's equipment built with one purpose, to get the job done right.
My name is Ashley Cortez, and I'm the founder of the Stay Beautiful Foundation. When I started in 2016, I would go to the post office and literally fill out each person's name on a label. And now at ShipStation, we are shipping 500 beauty boxes a month. It takes less than 5 minutes for me to get all of my labels and get beauty in the hands of women who are battling cancer so much quicker.
ShipStation, the #1 choice of online sellers. Go to shipstation.com/TV and get 2 months free.
At Firehouse Subs, every sub is stacked with mouth-watering meats and cheeses in every bite. Packed with big, bold flavors to answer every craving. Served hot on a toasted roll every time. Only Firehouse Subs.
You want to be like me? Well, you can't, because there's only one brand. But you can recover like me. Almonds, every day. They can help you recover from exercise to keep you prime. You want to stay prime, right?
UConn's first drive ends with a Roberson interception as Utah State takes over.
Watch Jermaine Dye, the safety here, going to fake like he's going out and then come back in. This is really well done. Playing outfield like his dad did in the major. Looks like he's going outside into the flat, then he comes right back. He baited Roberson into that interception. That is so well done by Dye.
So Devin Dye gets the pick for the second straight week. Of course, as Ross mentioned, his dad, world champion outfielder with the Chicago White Sox. Devin played baseball up until the 8th grade and decided football was the sport for him. Here's Utah State on offense as Devon Booth gets the first down run. Doesn't get much. Dewey, Famina Brown on the stop, and McKay Hillstead, the freshman from just outside of Salt Lake City, making his second start.
Look at it at the bottom, by the way. The most passing yards by a Utah State quarterback since Jordan Love. He starts for the Packers now.
Utah State will play fast. Brock Lane drops the second down pass, so it's 3rd and long for Utah State in their offense. Found their rhythm late in the game against James Madison a week ago in a loss.
Critical play here early for UConn. After a turnover like that, if they could get a 3 and out and get the ball right back, that'd be huge.
So Hillstead, who replaced Cooper Lagat a couple weeks back.
UConn showing zone here, 3 deep, 5 under. They're going to try to force Utah State to throw the ball short of the sticks.
With a spread formation, 3rd and 11 underneath. The running back Booth, well shy of the first down. Jackson Mitchell makes the tackle, and it's 4th down.
And there it is. UConn got exactly what they wanted from that. Force the underneath throw, rally the ball, make a tackle. Interesting point on the field here for Anderson at the 43-yard line. Too far for a field goal, probably too far to go for it. I agree with the decision to try to punt it and pin the Huskies deep.
Senior from Melbourne, Australia, Stephen Cottonley, former All-Mountain West honorable mention. Brett Buckman is the returner for UConn. So after the interception, Utah State goes 3 and out. Buckman calls for the fair catch, lets it bounce, and it's down right at the 1. So great job by the Utah State special teams unit, 99 yards for UConn. Stephen Cottonley getting involved in the game with an excellent punt. Buckman elected to let it bounce. UConn has a long way to go.
Treat your taste buds to the King's Hawaiian Pork and Slaw Sandwich from Firehouse Subs with slow-smoked pulled pork, melted pepper jack, and a sweet and tangy slaw, all on a toasted King's Hawaiian bun. For a limited time, only at Firehouse Subs.
Look like there's a flag. Mike, I can't keep up with you. You're racing around like you're 10 years younger. How do you stay in such great shape?
Eugenics Total T, Ed, helps me stay leaner, stronger, and gets me back to the energy and stamina I had when I was younger.
How'd you hear about Eugenics?
You kidding? You haven't seen Frank Thomas and Doug Flutie talk about it? Minimum 40, get Eugenics Total T, and get back on your game.
Tell them to send a text. Send a text. To get your complimentary bottle of Eugenics Total T, text BOLD to 231-231. This unique man-boosting formula is powered by Testofen, a patented key ingredient clinically validated to help increase free testosterone levels so you can trim up Most powerful fat incinerator ever, absolutely free.
For the ones who work hard to ensure their crew can always go the extra mile, and the ones who get in early so everyone can go home on time, there's Grainger, offering professional-grade supplies backed by product experts so you can quickly and easily find what you need. Plus, you can count on access to a committed team ready to go the extra mile for you. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
College football on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by The Home Depot. How doers get more done. By Ram Trucks. Built to serve. And by Geico. For all your insurance needs, it's easy to Geico.
Some of the great home moments for UConn at Rensselaer Field, including beating Houston, the 13th ranked team, back in 2015. They had a ranked win last year as Roberson sneaks forward on first down against Liberty, who was at the time ranked number 19. Now UConn this year with an 0-4 start. Last year they were 1-4 before Jim Morris' team turned it around, finished the season 5-2, ended up making a bowl, the Myrtle Beach Bowl.
Kind of like that first down play right there. I mean, you're so backed up, you just got to get a little bit of breathing room so you don't have a safety. So they called the tush push or brotherly shove, whatever you want to call it, quarterback sneak, get a couple yards.
It's the play that's getting all the rage. So Jelani Stafford, by the way, into the game in their Grizzly package, and he gets the handoff here. He's a defensive tackle, and he's a running back in high school. And he gets a couple of yards. Now, a couple of weeks back in their loss against FIU, Stafford had 3 short yardage carries, including one on the goal line where he scored a touchdown.
That guy is living my dream right there. 6 foot, 300 pounds. You get to play D tackle, but also carry the ball sometimes. That's another pretty nice play by UConn. I mean, they were backed up on their 1 yard line, and now they have a very reasonable third down here. Any situation like this, I think you have to be aware of Roberson's legs. He hasn't used it as much, but in an empty set, that's alert quarterback draw. Here comes pressure, though, from Utah State.
Porter in motion, gets the pitch, tries to dance forward, but he is belted. Devin Dye, who had the interception on the last drive, just sticks Porter, and his 4th down.
Watch Dye come flying in from the left side of the screen. He is 2 for 2, making big plays. It looked like UConn had something. 23, left side of your screen. I love that angle right there by him, right on the back hip. Anytime you have any type of jet sweep, reverse action, the middle of the field safety has to be the one to see it. Dye is 2 for 2, making big plays already in this game.
Dye had a possession against James Madison where on 1st and 2nd down he made impressive tackles, and then on 3rd down he had the interception. George Garrett into punt, Micah Davis the returner. Davis is speedy. In plus territory, jukes the 40, stays on his feet. Finally knocked out of bounds inside the 35. So a great return for Davis, who had a 35-yard return against James Madison.
You mentioned it, Davis has serious speed, but this one was a lot of vision and breaking tackles. Look at the spin move there to break the tackle and get extra yardage. Puts Utah State already in field goal range to start this drive. Sometimes after a big play like that on special teams, teams like to take a shot, go to the end zone, see if they can catch the defense napping.
That officially a 28-yard return. Booth in motion, 1st and 10. Freshman Hillstead, who has an arm, but that time too bold, and it's intercepted by Jackson Mitchell. He had a targeting penalty last week in the 1st quarter, had to sit the rest of the contest. Mitchell is back.
Jim Mora told us they need to find a way to get more turnovers. Well, guess what? Mr. Connecticut, Jackson Mitchell, to the rescue.
At Jersey Mike's, they slice your sub right in front of you. All that meat and cheese just for me. Watching that takes me to my happy place. Oh, wait. Jersey Mike's is my happy place. Kelly, did I place an order here in my happy place?
Not yet, Danny.
then I'm going back to reality.
Number 7 for Danny.
Oh, thanks, Reality Kelly. Sliced right in front of you. It's a Jersey Mike's thing. A sub above.
Lunch?
Yes, please.
That'll be $23.
Your ad says it's free.
Yeah, it is for our Economy Ultimate passengers who paid extra.
I'll just have water.
Okay, sure. Cash or card?
For water?
Well, at AT&T, when we offer you our best iPhone deals, we guarantee it. Even on the new iPhone 15 Pro, made with titanium. Not that you don't keep your word, it's just that you haven't.
What? Only AT&T gives everyone our best deals on any iPhone with any popular plan. Guaranteed. Get iPhone 15 Pro on us.
Need to get your windshield fixed? SafeLight makes it easy. You can schedule it in just a few clicks, and we'll come to you with a replacement you can trust.
It's great.
That service on your time. Schedule now.
SafeLight Repair, SafeLight Replace.
Your first home sees a lot of firsts. From first loves to first steps. Sure, it can be a handful at times, keeping you up at night. But with help from the Home Depot, you'll find the confidence to create the first place you call your own. The Home Depot, how doers get more done.
Third career interception for linebacker Jackson Mitchell. Ross, how did he do it?
Well, it's another terrific job getting an interception by one of these guys in the second level. Watch, he's going to widen. Number 8, Mitchell, is going to widen, and then he'll come back into the middle of the field and make the interception. He widens out there, and then he reads the route, comes right back in. Really well done.
So Jackson Mitchell, again, had to watch most of the game against Duke on the sideline after picking up a first quarter targeting. Porter gets the sweep around the edge. New Mexico transfer who has wheels past midfield. Knocked out of bounds by Anthony Switzer, but a big gain on the ground at 35 on first down.
And he got a heck of a block in space. Watch him get out there. Watch the big man out there, number 77. I love it. It's not easy for a big guy like Ben Morawski to make a block in space there. Nice job of keeping his hands inside. So we got the key block on that play without getting a holding call.
1 year at New Mexico with Danny Gonzalez. Before that, 4 years at Arizona State, so the veteran. From the 46, this is Cam Edwards, who got work for the first time this season last week against Duke, 12 carries. Maybe loses a half a yard on that play with Barthiel on the stop for Utah State.
Edwards is going to have to step up in the absence of Devontae Houston. He did have 43 yards last week against Duke on 12 carries, and Duke has one of the best run defenses in all of college football.
Part of the schedules for both of these teams challenging. UConn losing to Duke last week. Took on a tough Georgia State team in Atlanta a couple weeks back. FIU in between those. Second down and 11. Edwards again. Maneuvers forward, keeps the file. And then stopped down right around the 40. So it'll be third down and a few. As UConn this season, just 40% on third down.
And just looking where they are on the field right now, the 41-yard line, they could easily run it here, and Jim Mora could elect to go for it on fourth down. So just because it's 3rd and 5 doesn't mean they have to pass it, although their matchmaker guy is the tight end number 17, Jolly, in the slot to the left. He is the mismatch, and even the D coordinator for Utah State, Joe Cawthon, said that's a tough matchup for our linebackers.
3rd and 5. You called it, Ross, the run. Edwards, first down and then some. Taken down at the 30-yard line by Tafisi. An explosion of 11 on 3rd and 5.
This is UConn football. Watch them run right into your living room. Terrific blocks by both guards on the linebackers. I told you in that situation, they could still run it. So often, I think defenders get it in their head, Chris. 3rd and 5, 3rd and 5, pass, 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 3rd and 5. Nice job by Charlton to realize the situation, that it was very likely 4-down territory, and run the rock.
The former head coach at Maine brought over his quarterback from Maine, Joe Fignano, to start the year. He got hurt against Georgia State. First down run, Cam Edwards. Fitzgerald knocks him down. Pick up a
robot, and you can't be a cowboy at quarterback. I never heard that before, but it makes sense, right? I mean, you can't be robotic out there, but you also can't be a cowboy just throwing the ball all over the place. I've been watching football and part of football a long time. Never heard anybody say that, but that's a very apt description of the quarterback position. No robots, no cowboys, somewhere in between.
In the NFL, didn't the Cowboy lead the league in interceptions last year? To the flats, Edwards corralled down a couple of yards shy of the first by Francois. So another 3rd down situation for UConn.
And I'm going back to the run right now if I'm UConn. Look, they're bringing in the big guys. You see Stafford coming in at fullback. They bring in the extra tight end in Lewis Hansen from Michigan. They got the big, heavy set in here. The only thing about that is Utah State's going to match it. So now you got a lot of bodies here. Could be a good situation for any type of boot or play action, because Utah State is geared up for this run.
Said anything less than 3, they trust Stafford to get. They give it to him again. Good luck stopping it. My man is 6'1", 303 pounds. A running back at California High School in Pennsylvania.
This is amazing. I was made to call this game with Jelani Stafford getting carries at fullback. Watch it. Tell me you want to try to make this tackle. No, you do not. At contact, he drives through for 3 more yards, and he's got Hansen, the tight end, pushing him from behind. UConn's playing some old school bully ball right now, and I love it.
And he gets so excited whenever he touches the ball. He was saying for weeks, hey, I'm available for short yardage situations. Finally, Nick Charlton put him in that fullback spot. Touchdown against FIU. That snap came quick before UConn was ready for it, and the officials blow it dead.
False start. Offense. Not all 11 players got set. 5-yard penalty. First down.
You can clearly see the awkwardness on the snap.
Well, not all 11 players got set, because Yakari Walker, the center, snapped it early. I don't know that I saw who wasn't set, though, on the play. I just thought it's one of those, we'll see if we see any, those guys are all set. I think they're all set. It must have been a receiver, because everyone we just saw there, they were set. It's not a penalty. It's just not a good way to run a play when the center snaps it before anybody else is ready.
That's a good catch by Roberson. He really wasn't looking. 1st and 15, Edwards, sophomore from Norwalk, Connecticut, inside the 20. MJ Tafisi, the first to meet him. Really love the desperation of this matchup. UConn 0-4, Utah State 1-3.
Watch all these guys leading the way for Edwards. How often do you see this? A lead tight end, a lead wide receiver. I mean, there's a whole lot of bodies in there pushing forward.
That's the thing. Both coaches really highlighted the positivity this week. Both felt that they had great practices, feeling like this could be a turnaround week. A backwards pass to Rosa. Jukes, 15, zooms to the 10. He's about a yard shy of the first down. Another short yardage situation. I wonder if we'll see Stafford again.
Terrific block by Hansen, 81. You'll see him left side of your screen. Awesome block on Tafisi.
Instead, they go quick with the tempo, let Roberson run the sneak, and it looks like he has it indeed. A first down for UConn moving down the field.
Really impressive drive right here for the Huskies. Obviously, a lot of it's been on the ground, but a good mix of the passing game. They got to get a touchdown, though. They only have 7 red zone trips this season, 4 touchdowns, especially against this high-powered Utah State offense.
Again, a pre-snap penalty.
Looked to me like the left guard. Noel Aforinyadu.
Delay of game, defense, disconcerting signals. Number 8, half the distance to the goal, first down.
So that is a point of emphasis this year, and perhaps that's why the left guard fall started. You are not allowed to imitate the snap count in any way, right? So if the quarterback is saying blue 80, set hut, none of the defenders can say blue 80 or set hut. They cannot imitate the signals of the quarterback at all. It doesn't get called very often, but it is a point of emphasis. It's a nice job by the officials if in fact that's what happened out there.
Well, first and goal inside the 5. Rosa to about the 1. Anthony Switzer prevents the touchdown. Second and goal.
Well, this should be Stafford time. Here he comes. Although I think UConn has a guy slow to get up. Fortin, the senior offensive lineman who plays as a goal line short yardage tight end, he got rolled up on at the very tail end of that play.
Meanwhile, both teams intense. Even though it's rainy, action's hot here in Connecticut.
So enjoy the ride. Just live your life one day at a time. And enjoy the ride.
At Firehouse Subs, every sub is stacked with mouth-watering meats and cheeses in every bite. Packed with big, bold flavors to answer every craving. Served hot on a toasted roll every time. Only Firehouse Subs.
Hey. Move! Hold on to this feeling. Yes, I can. Yes, I must. Watch me.
Cracked windshield on your new car? Bring it to Safe Life. My customer was enjoying her new car when her windshield cracked.
My car.
She didn't take it to the dealer. She scheduled with Safe Life. We have the latest technology for the newest vehicles. And we do more replacements and recalibrations than anyone else.
Thank you so much.
Don't wait.
Addicts.com. Enter today.
CBS Sports celebra el mes de la herencia hispana. CBS Sports celebrates Hispanic Heritage Month.
Junior from Quebec, Chris Fortin was the player assisted to the sideline right now in the tent for UConn. Have a second and goal. Jelani Stafford, the defensive tackle, is in at that fullback spot.
Oh, give him the ball. Please give him the ball. He already has 2 carries in this game. They're only a yard and a half away. He scored a touchdown earlier this season against FIU. He's been unstoppable so far. He's averaging 4.5 yards a carry. He'll get you 1.5 right here.
Second and goal. Stafford again, and he gets in! Touchdown, UConn! 6'1", 303 pounds, a Youngstown State transfer, Jelani Stafford. Second touchdown this season.
I'm telling you, this is the way the game was designed to be played. Give the ball to your D-line turned fullback. Have a tight end pushing him from behind. It's a different version of the brotherly shove that the Eagles are making famous, and the Huskies are on the scoreboard.
They call it the Grizzly package for UConn, bringing in Stafford. Joe McFadden to kick the extra point, connects. And UConn on top, 7-0 late in the first. Jelani Stafford, not only can he score, he can get the crowd hyped. We'll be back in 30 seconds from Rensselaer Field.
Your pride and joy is measured in acres. Keep them looking their best with the Kubota lineup. Versatile Sidekick utility vehicles. The #1 rated tractor brand for durability and owner experience. Professional grade mowers for a professional cut. It's equipment built with one purpose, to get the job done right.
Jelani Stafford punches it in for his second touchdown this season. The defensive tackle who comes in on the Grizzly package for UConn. So UConn on top, 7-0. By the way, Utah State now outscored 67-7 in the first quarter this season. That takes a good turn for UConn, bouncing out of the end zone. Tomorrow, the Week 4 NFL on CBS slate, headlined by a can't-miss matchup in Buffalo between two of the top teams in the AFC, Josh Allen's Bills, Tua and the Dolphins. We can't wait. NFL on CBS, streaming on Paramount+. UConn head coach Jim Mora, NFL experience, 3 years, Atlanta Falcons, spent 1 year with the Seahawks. You can see right there, he's stretched for weather like this, that rain, Pacific Northwest, constant miss.
That Bills-Dolphins game is going to be amazing. That's the game of the day in my mind.
Flag down.
False start. Offense, number 75. 5-yard penalty. First down.
Bryce Radford. He's number 75, and see him leave at that right guard spot, unless that's Ochuapuaka who's in. No, it is 75 Radford, who is the freshman playing the right guard position here on this drive for Utah State. UConn on defense, and trying to find some rhythm, forcing turnovers, and they forced a turnover on an interception by Hillstead. 2nd and 14. Hillstead on the move, gets rid of it, and that one's tipped and picked through the hands of Bowman, and Chris Sheeran hangs on. Second interception from Hillstead.
They haven't been able to get turnovers all year, and now they already, after the pressure from Stafford, who else, they already have 2. Now that's not really Hillstead's fault. The ball was a little bit behind him, but that's how you get interceptions. Tips, overthrows, slightly inaccurate throws because of pressure, and UConn, 2 turnovers already. It's funny, Chris, because the D coordinator for Utah State, Joe Coffin, said turnovers are like a disease. Once you catch it, it kind of spreads. Well, he's right, but that's happening right now on the other side for UConn's defense.
UConn did not have an interception this season before today, already with 2. The first quarter struggles for Utah State, and it's really been a theme for Blake Anderson, not just this year, his prior 2 years as well.
He doesn't really have an answer for it, other than the fact that they are inexperienced and they're usually playing against bigger, more physical teams.
Roberson, roll out, sets his feet, unleashes deep, lots of contacts, and flags down. Kevin Clarcius was the receiver.
There's 2 different penalties, one back towards the line of scrimmage, where I think one of the UConn offensive linemen might have been downfield, and then obviously down where the ball was thrown. But the receiver for UConn wasn't even trying to catch the ball. He was blocking downfield.
Couldn't catch it because he couldn't get to it. It's over his head because he couldn't get to it.
So a lot to sort out.
The fact that he was blocking downfield, and I think one of the offensive linemen was downfield, makes me wonder if that was a run-pass option. Everybody's blocking run unless the ball's thrown right away.
A lot of pre-snap action
There are
as
two
well.
fouls on the play. Ineligible player downfield, offense number 51. Pass interference, defense number 18. The foul's offset. First down.
So 51, you can see he's downfield. He's expecting a run there. But I don't know how. Watch to the end of this game. Watch Claricius right here. I don't know that that's interference on the defense. How is that interference? Claricius is just trying to block him downfield. I mean, that's either a no call or offensive pass interference. If the receiver just starts blocking the corner in the end zone, that's not a good call.
Yeah, it's clearly initiated by Claricius there. Regardless, offsetting penalties, Roberson keeps it with an impressive juke. Roberson with a first down. Taquan Roberson, the Penn State transfer, showing off his legs.
They need to do this more often. There's one guy back to the short side, and Roberson just makes him miss. A nice job against Sloan to get the big yardage. When you run those zone reads and the quarterback pulls it, there's really only one guy responsible for that, and that time it was Sloan. If Roberson's able to make him miss like he just did, you are in business to get a big gain, and UConn back in the red zone again already.
15-yard run. Ross in motion. Ross catches it on the flat and is struck down. Kean Sloan makes the stop on the final play of the first. UConn off to a great start. Their first lead since week 1. You're watching college football on CBS Sports Network, presented by the Home Depot.
Personalized financial advice from Ameriprise can do more than help you reach your goals.
We can make this work.
It can help you reach them with confidence. No wonder more than 9 out of 10 of our clients are likely to recommend us. Ameriprise Financial. Advice worth talking about.
You're so much more than just a landowner. You're a gardener, a groundskeeper, a landscaper. Because you didn't settle for ordinary. Same goes for your equipment. Versatile, powerful, durable Kubota equipment. More goes into it, so you get more out of it.
Treat your taste buds to the King's Hawaiian Pork and Slaw Sandwich from Firehouse Subs with slow-smoked pulled pork, melted pepper jack, and a sweet and tangy slaw. All on a toasted King's Hawaiian bun. For a limited time, only at Firehouse Subs.
Look great. Hey, I feel great too. Ever since you told me about Nugenix Total T, I'm crushing my workouts.
Thanks to Nugenix, I got more energy, more stamina, feeling years younger.
From the brand that brought you GNC's #1 vitality product and product of the year, Nugenix Total T is our most powerful man-boosting formula ever. Because it boosts your free testosterone and your total testosterone. To get your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, text GO to 231231.
I like the competitive edge Nugenix gives me. Hey, me too.
Guys over 40, you need Nugenix Total T, and she'll like it too.
Text GO to 231231 for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast, absolutely free. That's GO to 231231.
At over $4 a blade, shaving every day gets expensive. Harry's 5-blade razor offers me a close, comfortable shave. Best part, refills are as low as $2 each, half of what I paid before.
Go to harrys.com/shave to claim your $7 trial.
Follow the GPS.
Continue straight.
Are you certain?
Turn right.
Are you for imprint certain?
Arrived.
Enjoy the certainty of showing your appreciation with the right promotional products from 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain.
UConn in the lead to start the second. Moments ago, Keanu Martin with Utah State head coach Blake Anderson.
Coach, I saw you go over there to talk to your quarterback. Obviously, we haven't seen a lot out of him in this offense. What do you want to see going forward?
Well, we got to calm down up front. We turned the guy loose, and he's under duress, and we've had a ball off the hands and a great play by the defense, but we've had good field position. We haven't made anything happen. Guys got to help pick him up. He can't do it by himself, and he needs to calm down.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Well, Kiana, first quarters have been an issue for Utah State this season. That continues. Outscored now 67-7 in the first. Good news for them, UConn's been outscored 54-0 in the second quarter this season. Second down and 9 to go. UConn with Roberson. Rolled out, throws it. Joey jukes, flag. He's in, touchdown.
Where that flag was thrown, a lot of times you wonder if the receiver stepped out before he came back in.
It was
and caught the
Roberson.
football, because there wasn't really any other contact or any other potential penalty that I'm aware of.
Well, where was
Jolie
Roberson
came back in
when he threw the ball? Was Roberson perhaps past the line of scrimmage?
Well, you know what? I'm looking, and the far side line judge threw that. So there's two separate penalties here, one on both sides of the field. I think that's what they're sorting out right now. You might be right, Chris. Roberson might have been past the line of scrimmage, and Jolie might have been outside and come back in.
Illegal forward pass. Offense number 6. 5-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Lost it down. Third down.
They were at about the 11-yard line. Quarterbacks usually have a pretty good feel for them. He wasn't even close. Yeah, and it's funny. I mean, it's not funny, but he was not even close. Usually quarterbacks have a pretty good sense of that. The loss of down is the part that really hurts you there, too. Now it's 3rd and long. This is where, if you're Nick Charlton and UConn, you really want Roberson to be careful with the football.
We mentioned there, UConn has been outscored 54-0 in the second quarter this season, trying to get on the board in quarter 2.
Well, and they are already up by a touchdown. A field goal makes it a 2-score game. It's tight windows down here in the red zone. Cannot turn the football over.
Running back Rosa out wide to the left. Jordan Porter in the slot. 3rd down. Roberson guns it. Ross needed the 3s close. But the initial look is short. Tafisi makes the stop. It is 4th down.
So that's fine, though. That is absolutely fine. I like the decision there. I think they're going to go for it. This is about a 1.5 yards. Well, you know what? Now that I'm looking at the spot on the field, I would say it's about a yard. They have not been able to stop Stafford yet. Can he go 4 for 4 in these situations? Give it to the big man. That's what everybody wants to see right now.
So Jim Mora, his team, part of the Husky Revolution last year where they made the postseason for the first time since 2015. That year, though, they started just 1-4, finished strong 5-2. This year, an 0-4 start. But Ross, we were talking to him this week, and he seemed really encouraged this week, coming off of the Duke game where, hey, Duke's a tough team, and he thought his team represented itself pretty well.
Right, and the other thing you have to keep in mind is just what their schedule's been. I mean, I guess NC State lost last night, but the teams UConn's played, they're 14-3 after the NC State loss last night. So they played some very good teams. This is an interesting decision by Mora because he's a defensive-minded coach. I know deep down he's thought real hard about kicking the field goal to go up by 2 scores, but with this high-powered Utah State offense, I think this is the right decision to go for it, and I think they're probably going to give it to 97 again.
Jelani Stafford, the fullback, 4th down. Instead, it's a rollout. Wide open, Nick Harris. Everybody thought the Grizzly would get it, and Stafford, including the defense. And Nick Harris has his first touchdown of the season on its first catch of the year.
This is just beautiful. They faked the hard run action. The Utah State defense was so geared up for it because I told them Stafford was going to get the ball, but also they thought he was going to get the ball. That's when you run a play action bootleg like that. UConn is off to a fantastic start in this game. That's a perfect play call from their offensive coordinator, Nick Charlton.
Off the schneid in the second quarter. Their first second quarter points this season. UConn up 14-0. Nick Harris, Jr., Marriottsville, Maryland, gets to celebrate.
I do the impossible, impossible. I do the impossible.
On a devastating Fansville by Dr. Pepper.
Whoa! That was pass interference. That's it. Season's over.
Our program's cursed. See?
I can't watch this. Every year I fall for the preseason hype.
I made all this for nothing!
Never watching football again.
Hey guys, that was the first play of the game.
Maybe we overreacted.
Dr. Pepper, the one fans deserve.
This doesn't make sense.
It does to me, Mom.
You're a smart kid. Why do you want to do this?
I love it. You know that.
Okay, but why this way?
Because I want to take on the world's toughest hackers. And this is where it's done. So, what do you think?
Cracked windshield on your new car? You don't have to take it to the dealer. Bring it to Safelite. We do more replacements and recalibrations than anyone else.
Thank you so much.
Schedule now.
Safelite Repair, Safelite Replace.
Feast your eyes on Marco's Pepperoni Magnifico. Fresh dough made daily, topped with our signature sauce. 3 real cheeses, classic pepperoni, plus crispy cupped Old World pepperoni. Pure pepperoni perfection for just $9.99, but for a limited time only.
UConn on top, 2 touchdowns. They take advantage on the goal line with the attention to Stafford.
Well, I don't know which defender it is. It's one of those two is responsible for Harris, who blocks a little bit and then goes out into the flat. It looks to me like Dye has contained. So Dye's where he's supposed to be. Oh, no, it's Dye. When he turned around, he realized, uh-oh. The thing is, though, in fairness to Devin Dye, if he did cover Harris on that one, Roberson would have walked in. So one way or the other, Dye was in a bind.
Great job by Nick Charlton to put the defense in a tough position. Tomorrow, noon Eastern, mark your calendars as the top pickleball players on the planet descend upon Atlanta's metro area for a must-see showdown. Don't miss APP Pickleball here on CBS Sports Network.
Have you played pickleball yet?
Never. I tried tennis, actually here in Connecticut on a visit. It was across the street from my granddad's house. I was playing against my brother. He was schooling me, so then I decided not to play tennis anymore. Faison on first down, the running back for Utah State, the junior from Pottstown, Pennsylvania, your neck of the woods, Ross.
I couldn't believe when I saw Rasul was on Utah State's roster. He's from Eastern Pennsylvania, about 15 minutes from where I grew up. Had an outstanding high school career, went up to a Connecticut school for a year, then he went to junior college. I mean, he's been all over the place, but they like him.
2nd and 7. Hillstead, who's thrown 2 picks already, although the last one, Ross, you mentioned, wasn't on him. Micah Davis, the receiver there. Bin Wahad in coverage.
Let's watch this. Right? Ooh, I don't know. I mean, he's trying to make an in-breaking route. That one is one where I probably would have thrown the flag for a hold there against Bin Wahad.
Early movement on a 3rd and 7. They let this play get off. Hillstead swallowed up. Mitchell meets him. There is a flag down, so we'll check the penalty before a potential 4th down.
holding. Offense, number 3. The penalties decline. 4th down.
Well, listen, if you want to play running back at this level, you got to be able to pick up the blitz. Watch Faison trying to take on Plack right here. Boom! I mean, he's got his hands outside. That's a red flag. Hands outside and you turn the body around. They're going to call that. You have to have your hands inside on the breastplate within the frame of the body. It's a good call by the officials. Ultimately irrelevant because Utah State didn't get the first down anyway.
Just 10 total yards to this point for Utah State. Another slow offensive start. They're known to turn it around quickly. Cottonley punts. Buckman fair catch. Bunt by his own teammates. And then lets that ball roll.
Very dangerous. The teammates need to get out of there. Usually Buckman or the returner is saying Peter, Peter, Peter to make sure they get out of the way, and nothing like that happens. UConn averts near disaster, but they get the ball back already up 2 scores.
We've never been good at keeping secrets. Like how Sonic's new Bacon Peppercorn Ranch Grilled Cheeseburger with small fries or tots is just $3.99. Oops, burger's out the bag. Sonic Bacon Peppercorn Ranch Grilled Cheeseburger deal for $3.99.
Hello, welcome to T-Town. Like man over 40 everywhere. These guys experience a drop in testosterone. Don't worry, it happens to all of us. Some guys took my
Total T is the unique patented formula powered by Testofen, a patented key ingredient clinically researched to boost free testosterone, to help you feel stronger, leaner, with more muscle and drive. Nugenix is #1 doctor recommended, #1 at GNC, and #1 at Walmart. But you can only get your complimentary bottle by texting RIGHT to 42424.
thanks. It'll make you feel like a new man. And by the way, she'll like it too.
Get your complimentary bottle of Nugenix now. Text RIGHT to 42424. Text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat incinerator ever. Absolutely free.
At Grainger, we're for the ones who pay attention to every little detail. The ones who fuss, tinker, and sweat the small stuff. Because you know the tiniest thing can make the biggest difference when it or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Welcome back to Rentschler Field. Huskies up 14-0. How about a fun fact for you guys? We learned that Taquan Roberson is big on consistency. He's a big routine guy. Instead of setting an alarm, he sets a timer when he goes to bed to get a set number of hours every single night. He's routine-based. Same thing in the training room. He does the same thing in the weight room. Guys, is the timer the new alarm?
I'm still trying to figure out the logic behind it. Kiana, I'm wondering, what time did you set your alarm for this noon kickoff time?
Okay, so typically kickoff here is around 3:30. Today was at noon. I like to get as much sleep as possible, so I'm going to say about 8:30.
Okay, there you go. Get your rest. Got to work hard down there on the sidelines as Victor Rosa on first down picks up 15. Keeps those legs moving before Larson brings them down as UConn 2 touchdowns already. Looking for more while hunting for their first win this season.
So UConn, if you just tuned in, they average 13 points a game. They haven't scored more than 17 points in the game this year.
First down, Rosa again to the outside. Rosa turns the corner, picks up the first down and scoots out of bounds. Back-to-back strong runs by last year's leading rusher, Victor Rosa.
Everybody is getting involved. Watch the left side of your screen. You're going to see Buckman right there. He's going to get involved too. He blocks on the edge there. Might have gotten away with a little bit of a hole, but you know what? He released in time Anthony Switzer. That's a wide receiver on a linebacker, allowing Rosa to get the edge. Such a great sign for a program and the culture when wide receivers are willing to get dirty and block.
Why not give it to Rosa again? This time Utah State does have an answer. Short gain. Anoka Mingau was the one who wrapped him up. So UConn, remember, Devontae Houston, who 2 weeks ago had the breakout game against FIU with over 100 yards, last week was sick, only had 1 carry, and then this week decided to enter the transfer portal. So it means more work for the rest of the UConn running backs, and Rosa taking advantage so far.
UConn has 7 offensive linemen out there on this play. Is UConn doing this stuff just because I'm calling this game? 7 O-linemen. Tight end wing to the top are both O-linemen.
UConn staff did their homework. Roberson darts incomplete. Jolie, the tight end, with a diving attempt. A flag, though, in the area of the quarterback.
Personal foul, hands to the face, defense number 42, 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
John Ward for Utah State.
Take a look at the right side of your screen here. Just a tough penalty going against Chase Lunt. Watch, see the hand get up there, right there at the very tail end. I'm actually surprised it doesn't happen more often, and I'm convinced, Chris, they call it a lot more now than they did when I was playing. It felt like all the time guys used to have the one arm, long arm going up towards my throat and chin strap.
How often would you talk to the official? Hey, he's doing this. He's pushing me up here.
Yeah, but you tell him after the play. That doesn't help you for the play that just happened. It only helps you if it happens again.
That's true. First down run. Cam Edwards, crunch. Sophomore. Gain of 2.
And we know how explosive the Utah State offense is. But man, Chris, it feels like even a field goal here would be gigantic for UConn, right? I mean, to get up 3 scores, that's a lot. Now remember, last week, Utah State was down 24-0 to JMU after the first play of the second quarter.
They trailed at 1.31-7, scored 21 straight points to start the second half. Utah State, with Blake Anderson as the coach, clearly been a second half.
Really well-designed offensive scheme and game plan from the Huskies today. Roberson is athletic. It's one of the things he does very well. And with all these different formations, shifts, motions, the defense is so geared up to stop the foundational rushing attack that some of these play-action passes and quarterback runs off of it have been wide open.
7 UConn plays have been longer than the total yardage that Utah State has in this game. Screen, Jolie, blown up. Tuiaki there, as well as Switzer. Nowhere to go on the screen, 2nd and 10.
Nice job by Tuiaki. Middle of your screen, he's going to field a double team, and he just smells a rat, right? He just, well, something's not right here. And it's interesting to run a screen off of a fake running back power play, because Tuiaki's already just sitting there anyway, trying to stuff the double team, and then you throw a screen right at him. He didn't really even have to do much.
2nd down. Roberson, nobody there. Looked like Porter stopped his route. Onyanwu was covering. Another 3rd down coming up for UConn.
3rd and real long here. And again, remember, Mora, a defensive-minded head coach. So my thought process in this situation is making sure Roberson takes care of the football. I don't think it's out of the question to run it here, because just getting a field goal to go up 3 scores, man, you don't lose very many football games when you're up 3 scores.
See the first 10 attempts by Taquan Roberson. Last week was under 50% completions against a tough Duke defense. 3rd down, 10 to go. Roberson on the out, diving attempt hauled in. Clarcius on the catch for the Huskies, but he's still about 1.5 yards shy of that 1st down.
They're going right on the football, right on the football. This is usually quarterback sneak when they quick snap it.
4th and 1, Roberson. There's not much movement there, trying to get the push from Rosa.
I don't know if he got that. They went with the brotherly shove there. but there was not a lot of movement by the offensive line up front. Excellent job by the Aggies defense. They're going to have to measure, and it's all about the spot.
Now, Ross, would it be more advantageous if you're UConn in that situation to slow it up, bring on the Grizzly package?
Wow, they're not even going to measure.
Wow.
What a job by Utah State's defense. Those guys are well coached, and they knew, hey, if they're going quick snap here like this, it's going to be a quarterback sneak. The D-line burrows into the ground. UConn gets no movement, and Utah State finally gets the stop they had to have.
Feast your eyes on Marco's Pepperoni Magnifico. Fresh dough made daily, topped with our signature sauce. 3 real cheeses, classic pepperoni, plus crispy cupped Old World pepperoni. Pure pepperoni perfection for just $9.99, but for a limited time only.
When we started our business, we were paying like an arm and a leg for the postage. I remember setting up ShipStation. I think it was just like 1 or 2 clicks. Everything was up and running. I was printing out labels and saving money.
ShipStation saves us so much time. It makes it really easy and seamless. Pick an order, print everything you need, slap the label onto the box, and it's ready to go.
Our cost for shipping, like, we're cut in half, just like that.
ShipStation, the #1 choice of online sellers. Go to shipstation.com/TV and get 2 months free.
You know, they say, losing hope, that's the real disaster. Last year, Tropical Storm Fred sent a devastating wall of water and debris down this river. And when the waters receded, Balfour was here. Not just to rebuild, but to help restore the life of this community. Balfour, restoring more than property.
Enter for a chance to win a trip to see your favorite pro football team play with 5 Hour Energy's Ultimate Fan Football Sweepstakes. Plus, you'll unlock a 20% off code for team merch at fanatics.com. Whoa. Enter today.
College football on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by Old Trapper Beef Jerky. What's your beef? By Sleep Number. Perform next level with Sleep Number smart beds. Only at a Sleep Number store. And by Geico. For all your insurance needs, it's easy to Geico.
UConn and their fans enjoying a lead, and I know UConn, the defending basketball champs, kind of like watching the Dean Smith Four Corners offense with the ball control for UConn in this game. They've dominated possession. Can Utah State finally get something going? Their longest drive this game, 71 seconds, as Robert Briggs gets the first down run.
This is typically, though, when Utah State starts to get it going.
Long mesh point. Briggs gobbled up. Mitchell was the first one there, and that's no surprise. Top 10 in the nation in tackles last season. Third down.
You know, Mitchell, like a lot of these guys, had opportunities to go elsewhere in the transfer portal, but he's been such a stalwart for so long, he wanted to stay.
Pedal to the metal. Third down and 5. The freshman Hillstead with the ball fake. Out of bounds, has the first down. Brinson runs him out. That's the first down for Utah State.
He's not a dynamic athlete. I don't even know if I'd call him a dual threat quarterback, but he has just enough that if you're going to leave that wide open seam like that, he's going to be able to pick up a first down or two with his legs, and that was one that the Aggies desperately needed.
Hillstead screen. Ooh. Royals crunched. Met immediately by Chris Sheeran, who has an interception already in this game.
Sheeran read the release of the offensive lineman right there. If the offensive lineman just let the D lineman go by him right away, you know it's a screen one way or the other. And Sheeran's now made a couple big plays here early in this game.
Second down. Milstead pressured, surrounded, and brought down. Durante Jones, the safety. First sack of the season.
Durante Jones off the edge. Watch, he comes from depth, too. The running back was even ready for him, and he bullied him, went right through the face of Robert Briggs Jr.
Third and long. Comeback routes for Royals. Can't break the tackle initially. Does end up slipping it, but Flack is right behind to escort him out of bounds. Fourth down for Utah State. Punt team coming back on.
How about this UConn defense? A lot of the focus is on Utah State since they averaged. This UConn team in this game, Chris, this is who they were last year. I mean, this is why they went to a bowl for the first time since 2015 last year. It's good defense, takeaways, and run the rock.
Coach Jim Morris said they had their best weekly practices this week. Buckman, fair catch. He's bobbled a couple of them this season. 33-yard line is where UConn begins their next drive while Utah State looks for answers.
Your pride and joy is measured in acres. Keep them looking their best with the Kubota lineup. Versatile Sidekick utility vehicles. The #1 rated tractor brand for durability and owner experience. Professional grade mowers for a professional cut. It's equipment built with one purpose, to get the job done right.
The 3 for Me only at Chili's serves up bottomless drinks, bottomless chips and salsa, and a classic old-timer with cheese and fries for just $10.99. Hey, it's 3 for me, not 3 for us. It's my $10.99, it's my 3 for me. Hey, get out of here. Nope. Ooh, I can whack hands all day. This Chili's 3 for Me is the best $10.99 you can eat.
Cracked windshield on your new car? Bring it to Safelite. My customer was enjoying her new car when her windshield cracked.
My car.
She didn't take it to the dealer. She scheduled with Safelite. We have the latest technology for the newest vehicles. And we do more replacements and recalibrations than anyone else.
Thank you so much.
Don't wait. Schedule now.
Safelite Repair, Safelite Replace. Oh, you got everything that I need.
Do you mean this one, the one with titanium? Switch to Verizon. You can trade in any iPhone and get the new iPhone 15 Pro on them.
Trade in any iPhone in any condition for a new iPhone 15 Pro on us, only on Verizon.
Say top of the morning to your favorite gridiron team as they get you ready for Week 4 NFL action. Don't miss that other pregame show tomorrow, 8 Eastern on CBS Sports Network. UConn in control, late parts of the second quarter. Kind of take a broad look at college football. The Ross reports.
Well, take a look at the beastly Big Ten East. That's 3 of the best teams in the country in the same division, in the same conference. The Pac-12 quarterbacks, I mean, there's more good ones than just that. Obviously, Shedeur Sanders as well. And then the SEC, only one team in the top 10. My guess is they'll still finish up with 2 or 3 in there.
Dan Ross, first down, double-team tackle, shy of the 40. And Kiana, things have been looking up for UConn this week.
Yeah, you guys were just talking about having a really good practice despite that brutal loss to Duke last week. Head coach Jim Morris said he admired the attitude and effort of his team despite being down 5 scores. He said that's why he feels optimistic in the way that things are headed. He added that Tuesday was their best practice of the season, noting the team's energy, their attitude, and execution. And we're seeing a little bit of that here on the field today.
And Kiana, one area that we're seeing the improvement was an area where they focused on this week, drop passes and preventing them.
Oh, Chris, I can't believe you just did that.
Okay,
Here comes the drop pass soon, UConn fans.
Rosa, you can blame me. Flag down on the outside run on second down. Is that one of those like no-hitter type of things from an announcer? The drop pass jinx?
That and the field goal that Justin Tucker never misses.
Offense, number 67, 10-yard penalty, second down.
So that's the senior Fortin, kind of the sixth man. Watch him all the way to the left here. You have to be especially careful when you're a tight end like that because you're in space. And Switzer tried to beat him inside. Fortin grabbed him with his right hand. That was an obvious hold. If you're Fortin, he was trying to get the edge there on Switzer, but Switzer's only 210 pounds. Fortin's like 310 pounds. That is a tough matchup for him on the outside of the line of scrimmage.
That's a spot UConn does not want to be. Behind the down and distance. Get it off with 1 second left. 2nd and 15. Roberson fires. Jolie snags shy of midfield. First down, UConn.
We mentioned earlier, Jolie is a tough matchup for the Utah State linebackers. Right side of your formation. They're play,
I was going to say the same thing. He's looking as good as we've seen all season long. Took over for Joe Fignano in the Week 2 game against Georgia State. The Fignano season-ending shoulder injury. Penn State transfer hands it off. The sophomore.
Or Jackson Mitchell stay in their home state and represent them as well as they have. Rosa.
The Bowling Green transfer, 3rd down.
Boy, watch this. This could have been real bad. Rosa. He's been bored. What do you say to us? I keep getting older. They keep staying the same age.
Something like that.
It's like dazed and confused.
3rd down, 4 to go. Quick dart over the middle. Buckman does make the catch. Spotted about a yard shy.
They're going to bring in the big man package, including 97, Jelani Stafford. They've had a lot of success with this package. Remember, they're 3 for 3 running the ball from it, but they also scored the 1 touchdown off of play action. I say give it to 97. Make Utah State show they can stop them.
4th and 1, Stafford gets it. Big pile, but Stafford keeps it moving, and he has the first down. I mean, what are you going to do? It is like that brotherly shove.
Yeah, and he was stopped. He was stopped on his initial charge. But look at all the bodies pushing. Look at, there's like 15 dudes in there, all pushing either way. But Stafford, if you're 6. Well, and rightfully so. I like when the big guys get the football and get to show what type of athletes they are. This game is awesome.
Approaching the 2-minute to go mark. Rosa gains 1.
Interesting to see Blake Anderson, the Utah State head coach, use his first time out here. That's showing a lot of confidence in his offense.
Timeout, Utah State. Their 2nd of the half. 30-second timeout.
2nd timeout for Utah State. Coming up on the Ram Trucks Halftime Report, Adam Zucker, Bryant Jones, Rick Neuheisel will get you caught up on the latest highlights from around college football. It's coming up on the Ram Trucks Halftime Report.
I love those guys. When I go back and I watch the replays of the games, I watch the halftime because BJ's just hilarious. I love to see how he's dressed. Coach Neuheisel always makes terrific points. Zucker's the man, consummate professional. Love the halftime show.
And my favorite show, I have it set to record every week, Inside College Football. The crew does an awesome job midweek. I love that show.
Randy Cross.
Yeah, it's a great.
Aaron Taylor. I think what we're learning here is the more offensive linemen on television, the better the show is.
I knew it had to come down
Network
to that.
Executives, everybody out there, movie producers, more O-linemen.
I thought it was a genuine comment, and then all of a sudden the self-interest comes.
Interesting timeout, by the way, by Anderson. I guess he feels like with UConn having all 3 timeouts, the time's not really a concern for their part of it.
Roberson to the flats. Rosa loses and regathers. He lost that ball, caught it in the air, and kept moving up the field.
And got hit while he was doing it. I mean, how do you lose a football, get hit while you watch? Loses it, catches it. I mean, that is good fortune. Sometimes you are just living right. Harris did a terrific job for Utah State to rip the ball out, and it went right back to Rosa. I mean, Chris, my pop-up used to always tell me it's an oblong ball. You don't know which direction it's going to go.
Not to mention, still wet on that grass field. It's been raining throughout.
3rd down here, and they have Stafford in the game. This would be a great play to go for it, a play-action pass.
And you called it, play-action pass. How about Stafford in the flat?
Oh my gosh.
Stafford makes the catch.
Oh my gosh.
Inside the 25.
This is one of the best moments of my life. What is happening? Now we're faking the ball to the fullback. He's actually a 300-pound D lineman. The linebacker can't stay with him. Look how natural he is catching the ball. This guy's a weapon. He's not a D lineman. He's not a fullback. This guy is just a football weapon.
They mentioned they did have a pass to him in the playbook if it ever came up. We just saw it on 3rd down. How about the ground game? Rosa crawls past the 20-yard line. 1:20 and ticking left in the 2nd quarter.
That looked like it was going to go a long way. If Anthony Switzer didn't make that tackle there, Rosa might have scored. I mean, that was extremely well blocked. Credit to Switzer, the safety turn linebacker who can really run, for making that play. Does he have white eye black on? You see that? He's got his whole face is painted white.
Ross in motion, 2nd and 6. Running out of space to the sideline. Roberson.
Stops, less than 2 minutes remaining in the first half and second half in college football when you get a first down. So, you know, they're cognizant of the clock, but they also don't want to give Utah State a lot of time to get a score on their end of it. So Charlton's really trying to accomplish 2 things right now. Get points and take the clock all the way down so that Utah State's possession is as limited as possible.
Empty here. Is this where a QB draw could be in the mix? 3rd and 5. A set throw into the screen, and Rosa, it's over his head. That was a forward pass, incomplete. And now it's 4th down, and we'll likely see the field goal unit for UConn.
So Rosa probably would have gotten the first down there, but at a minimum, you're thinking he's going to catch it and keep the clock moving. But Roberson's worst pass of the day so far, and so that stops the clock. So now you have a field goal attempt, and Utah State will have enough time with the way they move the ball to potentially try to get some points here.
And a kicker who has been struggling, Joe McFadden, just 1 for 3 on this season. Missed all of last year with a knee injury. 36-yard attempts. And that one's clean. UConn's best half of the season, leading 17-0. And as a season long for McFadden, UConn on defense has been making life tough.
They really have. First it was the Mitchell interception, then the tip pass, and Sheeran gets his own interception. That's been such an issue for UConn is takeaways. They focus on it. What did Jim Mora tell us earlier this week? He said, listen, takeaways happen when you're running to the football, when you're getting pressure on the quarterback. It's the hustle. It's that one extra step that makes a difference. And for both Mitchell and Sheeran, that one extra step is what enabled them to get those interceptions.
Only one forced turnover coming in. That was a fumble recovery. They didn't have any interceptions coming into today. And they got 2 in the first. McFadden does send it deep and through. So 37 seconds left for Utah State. Metal to the metal type of offense. We'll see how they utilize these 37 ticks.
With only one timeout, they're going to have to try to major in things to the outside of the field, right? So you either need to get to the outside of the field or get at least 10 yards almost every snap if you want to go down there and get in field goal range.
Hillstead, the highest-ranked high school quarterback signee ever for Utah State. Right outside of Salt Lake City. On the draw, a couple of blockers in front and space, shimmies, has the first down. With 30 seconds left, the clock will stop initially before they reset.
And that's great. They need to be ready to snap it right away. Clock still stops in college football. See, it's not even really set yet, and they roll. I always think that's part of it's interesting.
Hillstead, laser beam, wide open receiver. Kobe Bowman zooms and scores. 63 yards to the house.
That is a wow, because it's the left side of your screen. I have no idea how UConn dropped that coverage like that. We'll take another look at it, but that is obviously the last and the only thing you absolutely cannot allow to happen if you're the UConn Huskies. Kudos to the Aggies for taking advantage of a mental mistake by UConn.
So after pretty much 29 minutes and 30 seconds of excellent play in the first half for UConn, it is Bowman, the Stanford transfer, who burns the Huskies for the big score.
Well, Bowman is going to be all the way at the top of your screen, so let's watch him run the post here. It looks like they have 2 deep safeties. Does UConn. But what happens is the deep safety to that side takes the underneath route, and when Bowman comes all the way from the outside in, he's wide open. So tough to know whether it's the outside corner or the deep middle of the field safety that's responsible there. But that was a really nice design by Blake Anderson and the Aggies offense, and an unacceptable error by Jim Mora's defense.
How about this for deja vu? Last week, Kobe Bowman had his first career touchdown, 63 yards. Similar situation, his team trailing just like this. They get a 63-yard touchdown from Hillstead to Bowman to help them get right back in it.
Wow.
Same yardage.
You should have told me that before the play, because then I could have said, I'm going to predict a 63-yard touchdown for Kobe Bowman.
A short kick, fair catch, 25. Final 3 quarters, the ground game got going against the best rushing defense in the country coming in, James Madison. But again, that slow start doomed them.
Well, it did, but it was 38-38 with 10 minutes left in the game, so they still could have won it at that point. But I can't even begin to try to describe how significant that touchdown was there for Utah State. I believe that momentum going into halftime is a very, very real thing. And as UConn takes a knee here, these two teams, even though UConn's up by 10, it's not going to feel like it when these two teams get into their locker room here.
Yeah, for a team up by 10, Jim Mora does not have necessarily a happy look on his face, as UConn does have the lead. Utah State gets the boost heading into half. End of the first half, it's 17-7. UConn leads. This is college football on CBS Sports Network, presented by the Home Depot. After this, we'll get you back to our New York studio.
I wish for the amazing new iPhone 15 Pro.
Sean, do you mean this one, the one with titanium? Switch to Verizon. You can trade in any iPhone and get the new iPhone 15 Pro on them.
Trade in any iPhone in any condition for a new iPhone 15 Pro on us, only on Verizon.
Feast your eyes on Marco's Pepperoni Magnifico. Fresh dough made daily, topped with our signature sauce. 3 real cheeses, classic pepperoni, plus crispy cupped Old World pepperoni. Pure pepperoni perfection for just $9.99, but for a limited time only.
At FanDuel, we know how great it is to celebrate a win. And we want everyone to celebrate this NFL season. That's why we're giving away over $1 million in prizes with FanDuel free-to-play games. So lace up those dancing shoes. Because with FanDuel, you can feel like a winner after every play. Make every moment more with FanDuel, official partner of the NFL.
Instacart shoppers shop for you like you shop for you. So you can do you.
Look like there's a flag. Mike, I can't keep up with you. You're racing around like you're 10 years younger. How do you stay in such great shape?
Nugenix Total T, Ed, helps me stay leaner, stronger, and gives me back to the energy and stamina I had when I was younger.
How'd you hear about Nugenix?
You kidding? You haven't seen Frank Thomas and Doug Flutie talk about it? Men over 40, get Nugenix Total T and get back on your game.
Tell him to send a text. Send a text.
This unique man-boosting formula is powered by Testofen, a patented key ingredient clinically validated to help increase free testosterone levels so you can trim up and stay lean.
Hey, Ralph, aren't you forgetting something?
Get your complimentary bottle of Nugenix now. Text BOLD to 231231. Text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, absolutely free.
Here's your parachute.
Certain it's okay? Are you 4imprint certain?
Certainty matters, so congratulate coworkers or say thank you with promotional products from 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain.
I'm tired of overpaying for a close shave.
With Harry's, I don't have to. Harry's offers 5-blade closeness and comfort.
And refills cost as low as $2 each, half of what I paid before. Go to harrys.com/TV to claim your $5 trial.
You are watching the Ram Trucks Halftime Report on CBS Sports Network.
All right, big turn at the end of the first half. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Ram Trucks Halftime Report. Adam Zucker alongside Rick Neuheisel and Brian Jones. Score in East Hartford, UConn 17, Utah State 7. That was a big touchdown to end a half that was otherwise dominated by UConn.
No doubt. Taquan Roberson, the transfer quarterback from Penn State, was lights out in the first half. This young man's 15 of 19, 103 yards, a touchdown. He did have a pick, but he is throwing some frozen ropes out there that got him on the move. Little fake here, throws to his right earlier, now to his left. I love how they're utilizing him, Rick. You know these quarterbacks better than I do, man. They roll him out. They move in the pocket, giving him enough time to find his receivers downfield.
Aggie fans can take heart, though. They can take heart. They were down 14-0 a year ago in Logan, came back, and obviously McKay Hillstead and Colby Bowman do it again. A huge play right before the half that gives them some hope here going to the second half. You can see him right here. I don't know how you let this guy get behind you with so little time in the second half. But Bowman, the showman, finishes it off.
And they needed that. It was 63 yards on that play until that when they had about 32 yards of total offense. They had more penalties at one point, penalty yards, than they had total offense.
Yeah, how about that? And Utah State gets the ball to start the second half. So that was a big swing. Let's hit some early top 25 highlights. Lots of them for USC, despite it being 9 a.m. their time, but prime time is now noon Eastern, 10 a.m. Boulder, 9 a.m. L.A. Caleb Williams doing his best Taquan Roberson right here, BJ.
He's talking to his defensive coordinator. Can we stop this guy? Can we dial up a defense to stop him? No! You cannot let him by, Sherb. I know him. Wide open, Taj Washington. He's going to race into the end zone, 71 yards. And then Caleb, again, he has 4 touchdown passes in the first half, folks. Fires a dart to Mario Williams. 30-footers.
Someone out here said they're going to crack 50 on him. They're well on their way. James Franklin saw some things he hadn't seen yet this season, Rick, at Northwestern, including their first turnover of the year.
Northwestern had a great win a week ago against Minnesota coming back. Look at this, a turnover early. I think it's Penn State's first turnover.
Yes.
And you can see them punch it in here, taking an early 10-3 lead. Here comes Penn State back. Penn State has scored 30 or more points 11 different times. That leads the country. We'll see if they can do it again. Right now, David Brown's team, stingy.
How about that? Last team to turn one over this year was Penn State. Meantime, Kentucky just destroying Florida's defense, BJ.
This was the 5th-ranked D in the nation. That's right, the Gators were, until they met Ray Davis. Whether he's catching the rock, touchdown, or running the rock, it's going to be a touchdown. Over 200 yards. Averaging about 19 yards per carry. What is up with you Gators?
They are
not up. That's the problem.
They went on the road. The annual meeting in Arlington, A&M and Arkansas. Brad Johnson with his shirt
That ain't no
on.
medium, man. That's a regular size shirt.
On so far.
Not a regular size guy.
How about Max Johnson's hot start?
Hey, Max Johnson, not a backup quarterback. He just happened to be behind Connor Wegman. Wegman out. He starts 7 for 7, including this touchdown pass right here to Ernest Crownover. It's early. Aggies, 17-6.
He throws it to Jake. Maybe the shirt comes off again. Clemson up at the Dome trying to ruin Syracuse's undefeated start for the 2nd straight year. Cade Klubnik, great mobility for the first touchdown there, BJ.
He had some dancing feet finding Troy Stellato and then Will Shipley into the end zone. Here come the Qs, right? Adam, your Qs, come on.
Yep.
You're passionate about them.
I'm missing my 25th reunion to hang out with you guys.
Well,
and watch Cade Klubnik throw more touchdowns.
You don't want to go hang out with them old classmates, man. They don't look as good as us. Klubnik, again, a wide open receiver this time.
They sent pictures from Fagans last night. They don't look as good. No Air Force. A look ahead to top-ranked Georgia and Auburn when the Ram Trucks halftime report continues.
Though we are many, we are part of something. A force. Bigger than all of us. Our distinct fingerprints collectively shaping and forever changing what makes UConn, UConn. Forever making our mark. Forever making UConn a part of us.
On a Heartbreaking Fansville by Dr. Pepper.
So this is goodbye?
Tech's moving to a new conference.
So we're not rivals anymore? What about our history?
This realignment's bigger than us both, but here, I got you something to remember me by.
Dr. Pepper Zero Sugar?
0. Like the odds of you making the playoff. Gotta go.
I'll always hate you and your overrated school.
I'll hate yours too.
We're still gonna out-recruit you.
We have higher academic standards.
Dr. Pepper, the one fans deserve.
Your first home sees a lot of firsts. From first loves to first.
Come on now.
But with help from the Home Depot, you'll find the confidence to create the first place you call your own. The Home Depot, how doers get more done.
How'd you spend the off-season?
The off-season?
Little Caesars tastes so good.
It tastes even better with my best friends.
3 best friends eating pizza all the time, having fun. Pizza pounds for life.
The off-season? Just hit the weights.
Try the new 4-quart calzone from Little Caesars for $8.99. It's officially delicious.
Pizza. I wish for the amazing new iPhone 15 Pro.
Sean, do you mean this one, the one with titanium? Switch to Verizon. You can trade in any iPhone and get the new iPhone 15 Pro on them.
Trade in any iPhone in any condition for a new iPhone 15 Pro on us, only on Verizon.
The Chewy app has everything for pets. Hungry pets, itchy pets, scratchy pets, and most importantly, your pet. Everyday great prices and 35% off your first auto ship order. Right to your door. Download the Chewy app.
And welcome back to the Ram Trucks Halftime Report. Later today, the SEC on CBS features a rivalry on the Plains that's one of the oldest and deepest in the South.
We get an opportunity to go out here and show the world who we are. Road SEC tests are always difficult. There's no way around it. We get our first one going to Auburn.
It's just a whole different energy going into those big away games. I mean, just kind of being the villain and just get after them.
You ought to play with that passion and that heart, the Auburn heart.
It means something to the Auburn people to compete against Georgia. We're going to get the kids ready to play and compete in this game.
When it's over, I'll meet you back in here and we'll have a little fight song together. We'll see.
Top-ranked Georgia and Auburn, our coverage kicking off at 3 Eastern, and this is the first road game for this group of dogs, including their new starting quarterback this year, Carson Beck.
Yeah, this is an interesting contest because both teams are looking for something. Auburn looking for an offense, some sort of consistent way to move the football, and Georgia looking to reclaim the dominance which they've enjoyed the last couple of years.
Auburn is looking for a lot. You're correct. They've got two quarterbacks that are just playing out woeful. They've had opportunities. They can't hit open wide receivers. They do have some running backs that I really like, in Jarquez Hunter and Brian Battie. But aside from that, offensively, you can't be one-dimensional and knock off Georgia. They are getting right, and they're getting their big guy, Bowers, back involved in this offense in a huge way. Georgia's going to win.
All right, 10-year anniversary of the prayer with Jordan-Air, though. We'll see.
Don't need more than an anniversary.
Just saying. That'll do it from New York. Thank you for watching. Coming up the second half of Utah State and UConn.
This has been the Ram Trucks Halftime Report. Ram Trucks, built to serve.
What if my type 2 diabetes takes over? What if all I do isn't enough? Or what if I can do diabetes differently?
Now you can with Once Weekly Mounjaro. Mounjaro helps your body regulate blood sugar. And Mounjaro can help decrease how much food you eat. 3 out of 4 people reached an A1C of less than 7%. Plus, people taking Mounjaro lost up to 25 pounds. Mounjaro is not for people with type 1 diabetes or children. Don't take Mounjaro if you're allergic to it. You or your family have medullary thyroid cancer or multiple endocrine neoplasia syndrome type 2. Stop Mounjaro and call your doctor right away if you have an allergic reaction, a lump or swelling in your neck, severe stomach pain, vision changes, or diabetic retinopathy. Serious side effects may include pancreatitis and gallbladder problems. Taking Mounjaro with sulfonylurea or insulin raises low blood sugar risk. Tell your doctor if you're nursing, pregnant, or plan to be. Side effects include nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea, which can cause dehydration and may worsen kidney problems.
I can do diabetes differently with Mounjaro.
Ask your doctor about Once Weekly Mounjaro.
It's a great lot. And the previous owner was really into DIY.
Okay.
Automatic shade. Stair slide.
At least we could bundle our home and car insurance with Geico.
True.
Super slippery. Woo!
Is that a chinchilla?
Yes. Wait till you see this. A Murphy tub.
Finding a perfect home is hard. Thankfully, Geico makes it easy to bundle and save.
What? Look at all that floor space. Destinate tank! Gun disable tank!
Oh!
Tank identified! Range, 12 range!
Fire adjust!
On the way!
Target cease fire! Hey!
last shot. That's what I'm talking about.
Papa John's garlic sauce fans, we made the garlic epic stuffed crust pizza just for you with that garlic flavor.
In it, on it, with it.
But you wanted more heat, so now you can get it in spicy. Get a one topping for $13.99 only at Papa John's.
Prepariamoci tutti per andare. Siamo state qua troppo tempo. Io sento il vento soffiando.
I wish for the amazing new iPhone 15 Pro.
Sean, do you mean this one, the one with titanium? Switch to Verizon. You can trade in any iPhone and get the new iPhone 15 Pro on them.
Trade in any iPhone in any condition for a new iPhone 15 Pro on us, only on Verizon.
Halftime in East Hartford with UConn leading it 17-7. Second half to come right here on CBS Sports Network.
There's no Belichickery here.
When Sunday football isn't enough,
Dislike that tape.
Great tape.
that other pregame show will put you over the tops.
I'm all in. Let's go viral here.
Every Sunday, all the insight you need on CBS Sports Network.
Feast your eyes on Marco's Pepperoni Magnifico. Fresh dough made daily, topped with our signature sauce. 3 real cheeses, classic pepperoni, plus crispy cupped Old World pepperoni. Pure pepperoni perfection for just $9.99, but for a limited time only.
I wish for the amazing new iPhone 15 Pro.
Sean, do you mean this one, the one with titanium?
No way I could trade this busted-up thing for one.
Maybe stealing wishes from the birthday boy is not your best plan. Switch to Verizon and trade in any iPhone and get the new iPhone 15 Pro on them.
What?
Yep, and on an amazing network.
And I don't have to ruin any more birthday parties.
Yeah, that ship has sailed. Let's go get you that iPhone. Here we go. Come on now.
Trade in any iPhone in any condition for a new iPhone 15 Pro on us, only on Verizon.
Old Trapper Beefs. Last bag.
You know there's plenty for both of you.
Old Trapper, what's your beef?
You need to stay ahead in business. Use AI to generate whole new possibilities. With the most experience in the cloud, imagine how AWS can transform your business.
Do you really want to go through with this?
Absolutely.
You've always stood up for what you believed in, but this?
What could mean more than this? So, Mom, what do you think?
Enter for a chance to win a trip to see your favorite pro football team play with 5 Hour Energy's Ultimate Fan Football Sweeps. Hey.
We Need to Talk launches their 10th season with a legendary quarterback mentoring the next generation of women in football. Today on CBS.
Second half from East Hartford, UConn on top 17-7. Along with Ross Tucker, Chris Lewis here. Ross, that was a half built for you. Physicality, smash mouth, and a competitive game as well.
Well, and it was domination for UConn for the most part until that last play for Utah State getting that touchdown. Going to make the second half really interesting.
No doubt. That first half had those physical plays, some big plays as well. Jelani Stafford, though, stole the show.
I'm convinced they're doing this because I'm here. This is unbelievable. First, he gets the first down. Then he gets the touchdown. Then he shows he's more than just a ball carrier. Third and short, he goes out in the flat, catches a pass for yet another first down for more points for UConn. He has been fantastic, but we'll talk about this play, I'm quite sure, throughout the second half. UConn, big lead,
20 seconds left. They give up a huge bomb so that the Aggies had the momentum going into the second half.
As we take a look at the sleep number, first half stats. Boys, it weighted towards UConn. Other than that big 63-yard pitch and catch from Hillstead to Bowman, that time of possession almost seems fake, but it is not. See if Utah State, they get the ball first here to start the second half and hold on to it for a little bit. McFadden kicks off through the end zone. Utah State takes the field. Let's check in with what these coaches had to say at half with Kiana.
Yeah, speaking of Utah State, Blake Anderson said, you know what, this is a team that they're used to being in this position, playing from behind. They've been outscored 87-27 in the first half of their losses this season. So he said this team just needs to settle down and get back to fundamentals because he knows what they can do in the second half. Speaking of, Jim Mora said he's well aware of what this team can do in the second half. That's why he really wants to challenge this team to really put pressure on the quarterback going forward, guys.
Indeed, there was a flag down as well on that kick return, and it's against Utah State. So
correction, half the distance to the goal. First down.
The challenges that you mentioned, Kiana, with Blake Anderson, they'll have to continue for a little bit, being driven half the distance to the goal. This drive will start about the 12.
I've never heard of some of the stats for Utah State in terms of coming from behind. I mean, they've won 12 from behind under Blake Anderson. 7 of them have been double digits. 5 of their 6 wins last year, 5 in the fourth quarter. They are the cardiac kids.
And it's Hillstead who keeps it this time and slides before the hit, shy of the 20-yard line. Durante Jones was the one to force that slide. It's second down.
Utah State plays with serious tempo. They believe
Utah really had to work to get himself conditioned to play in this up-tempo offense.
they're kind of like a Sun Belt team in the Mountain West in terms of up-tempo and speed versus the power you see from a lot of those other teams.
Vaughn, who hasn't been targeted in this game, in motion. 3rd down and 5. A seed over the middle is caught by Booth, and he picks up the first down for Utah State.
Hillstead is not afraid to throw the ball in traffic. I mean, that is tight quarters right there. Nice coverage by the Huskies, but Hillstead fit it in there anyway. Quarterback draws is it helps to slow down the defensive linemen, right? If the D tackles in particular are getting up the field too much, run a quarterback draw, go right past them. It just starts to slow them down a little bit where they got to be ready for that.
Hillstead had the most yards ever by a Utah State freshman in his first start last week against James Madison. 399 yards. 2nd down throw, nearly picked. Mumu bin Wahad came crashing in on the in-breaking route.
Well, he just reads the route right there. He sees the in-breaking route, jumps it. That's one of the advantages, by the way, of playing off coverage. He can see the drop of the quarterback, read the route by the receiver, and those two things told him it's a quick in-breaking route. Could have been a huge play for the Huskies.
Hillstead already has 5 interceptions this season, less than 100 passes. 3rd down the seam, and is hauled in. Jalen Royals over the shoulder inside the 40-yard line, and there is a flag back by Hillstead, who is slow to get up.
Well, he got absolutely crushed.
Personal foul, roughing the passer. Defense, number 95. 15-yard penalties added to the end of the play. 1st down.
This is an unbelievable. Watch the hit he takes, and he delivers a beautiful throw while getting hit from both. Look at that throw, and maybe even a better catch by Royals. But for Hillstead to have the courage to make that throw in that situation says a lot about him. Let's hope he's okay when we come back.
You're so much more than just a landowner. You're a gardener. a groundskeeper, a landscaper. Because you didn't settle for ordinary. Same goes for your equipment. Versatile, powerful, durable Kubota equipment. More goes into it, so you get more out of it.
Hi, I'm Wolfgang Buck. When I started my online store, Wolfgang Buck Home, I knew there would be a lot of orders to fill, and I wanted them to ship out fast. That's why I chose ShipStation. ShipStation helps manage orders, reduce shipping costs, and print out shipping labels. It's my secret ingredient.
ShipStation, the #1 choice of online sellers.
And Wolfgang Buck.
Go to shipstation.com/TV and get 2 months free.
Papa John's garlic sauce pans, we made the garlic epic stuffed crust pizza just for you, with that garlic flavor.
In it, on it, with it.
But you wanted more heat, so now you can get it in spicy. Get a 1 topping for $13.99, only at Papa John's.
Where'd you want to serve?
Oh, I didn't serve, but if your spouse, parent, or grandparent served in the military, you can join USAA.
Yeah, my grandpa did, so I'm already in, but I was talking about your serve.
Oh.
USAA, for the military community.
Cooper Lagat in the huddle for Utah State. We hope McKay Hillstead is okay. The starting quarterback took a big hit.
From both sides. It was Eric Watts from the right, Jackson Mitchell from the left, and he got crunched. Watch this second angle. I don't like this one because as he goes down, he doesn't even really try to brace his fall. Always concerning when a guy goes to the ground like that without really trying to brace their fall.
So McKay Hillstead in the medical tent while Cooper Lagat takes over at quarterback. He was the season opening starter for Utah State. And before his first play, early movement.
False start. Offense, number 75. 5-yard penalty. First down.
And you've probably heard me say this before, Chris, but that happens all the time when a new quarterback comes in. Because no two quarterbacks have the exact same cadence or rhythm, right? So a new quarterback comes in, and his blue 80, said Hutt, is a little bit different than Hillstead's.
Well, Lagat did start this season and does have a lot of experience, including being the 2021 LA Bowl MVP for Utah State. And he goes to work through the air. Deep down the right side, Terrell Vaughn targeted for the first time, and there is the flag as Sheeran was in coverage.
I don't know why the fans are booing. You have to call that. I mean, he didn't even turn around to make a play on the football. It's a nice throw by Lagat, by the way. Utah State's not messing around.
Number 7.
Having him throw. But watch. Sheeran never turns around for the ball. As Vaughn tries to come back for it, Sheeran's pushing him forward. That's clear interfering with the defender's ability to try to make a play on the football. Nobody should be booing. It's a good call by the officials. Sheeran needs to get his head around because he wasn't in that bad a position.
I don't remember too many instances, Ross, where the home crowd just applauds the official saying good job.
Cheers.
I mean, it just doesn't happen.
That's a good
You
call.
see a lot of football.
That's a good call.
Lagat, strong in the pocket, lasers and caught. Jalen Royals, touchdown, Utah State.
Well, Utah State's not afraid, are they? Royals, again, it looks like it's zone. That's another miscommunication there. I mean, you've got the safety who thinks he's playing man coverage, and the corner thinks he's in zone coverage. That's 2 touchdowns the Huskies have given up where it appears to be a miscommunication or a mental mistake by the Huskies secondary. Really costly.
Extra point by Elliott Nimrod. And Utah State, after being down 17-0, within 3. Cooper Laga in off the bench. Experienced starter, this time in relief. Loves the PT and his team down 3.
Feast your eyes on Marco's Pepperoni Magnifico. Fresh dough made daily, topped with our signature sauce. 3 real cheeses, classic pepperoni, plus crispy cupped Old World pepperoni. Pure pepperoni perfection for just $9.99, but for a limited time only.
Give it up for the big hurt, Frank Thomas.
Congratulations, Frank.
Hey, Andy, Doug, you guys look great.
Hey, I feel great, too. Ever since you told me about Nugenix Total T, I'm crushing my workouts.
Thanks to Nugenix, I got more energy, more stamina, feeling years younger.
From the brand that brought you GNC's #1 vitality product and product of the year, Nugenix Total T is our most powerful man-boosting formula ever, because it boosts your free testosterone and your total testosterone. To get your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, text GO to 231231.
I like the competitive edge Nugenix gives me.
Hey, me too.
Guys over 40, you need Nugenix Total T, and she'll like it too.
Text GO to 231231 for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast, absolutely free. That's GO to 231231.
For the ones who work hard to ensure their crew can always go the extra mile, and the ones who get in early so everyone can go home on time, there's Grainger, offering professional-grade supplies backed by product experts so you can quickly and easily find what you need. Plus, you can count on access to a committed team ready to go the extra mile for you. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Welcome back to Hartford, where Utah State just scored. Let's watch the miscommunication. Brinson thinks he's in zone. Jones, the safety, comes up like he's in man. Nobody covers Royals in the back of the end zone. The corner and safety absolutely have to be on the same page there. Honestly, it's one of those deals, Chris, where if they're both wrong, they're still right? Like if it's supposed to be zone, but they're both playing man, it's fine. If it's supposed to be man, they're both playing zone, it's fine. You can't have one doing one and the other doing the other.
Well, Cooper Laga takes advantage. His 4th game played this season. He started the first 2, was benched in the game against Air Force. Coach Blake Anderson said he just wasn't seeing things properly, wasn't getting rid of the ball when he needed to, but continued to coach him hard in practice, saying that, hey, he's going to have a shot eventually. As Nimrod with the short kick, fair catch called at the 25-yard line. Time to take a look at the AP poll powered by Ram Trucks. A couple of teams idle this week. At the top, though, Georgia at Auburn, 3:30 Eastern on CBS.
Not an easy place to play. Huge rivalry game. And Georgia, they haven't looked as dominant so far this year as they did the last couple years. That game could be tricky.
So Northwestern and Penn State, by the way, are tied at 10. Not something I expected to see on that screen. Daquan Roberson, perhaps his strongest half this season, 15 for 19 for $103 and a touchdown. With Porter in motion, Roberson keeps and goes nowhere. Met immediately by Anthony Switzer. As you can see, Hillstead walking. What's the update, Kiana?
Hey guys, so McKay Hillstead, he was helped off the field into the medical tent. He stayed in the tent for the remainder of that scoring drive, and until just now being helped off, or actually walking to the locker room as we speak, so it looks like it could be the end of the day for him. The sports medicine team has been on the sideline re-watching that play and what went down, kind of analyzing how he came to the ground. So just something worth monitoring as he's headed to the locker room, guys.
Well, Kiana there, seeing the same thing that we saw up here. 2nd down, 12 to go. Roberson check down. Rosa stiff arm to Switzer, who wraps him out of bounds. Set up 3rd down.
And this is, you see Roberson, he'll take a hit at the end of this play, but this is what UConn doesn't want to do, right? They don't want to have a negative yardage on first down, and then they have to have a drop back pass on second down.
Need to get to the 35-yard line to pick up the first down. Over the middle, just out of the reach of Buckman. Michael Onyanwu in coverage, fourth down.
Well, when you watch the tape for UConn, you see a lot of that. When they have to throw the ball and their receivers are being covered man-to-man, the receivers just don't get open. I mean, Onyanwu's all over Buckman right there. Even a perfect throw, I don't think gets it done there by Roberson. And the real problem there was the negative yardage on first down. UConn cannot survive playing behind the sticks.
Garrettan in the punt. Davis, the returner, had a excellent return. 28 yards, his first attempt. Picks that one up off the bounce and is brought down. Special teams for UConn does their job. And Hudson, the one to make the tackle in East Hartford.
Devastating Fansville by Dr. Pepper.
Whoa! That was pass interference! That's it. Season's over.
Our program's cursed. See?
I can't watch this. Every year I fall for the preseason hype.
I made all this for nothing!
Never watching football again.
Hey, guys, that was the first play of the game.
Maybe we overreacted.
Dr. Pepper, the one fans deserve.
I wish for the amazing new iPhone 15 Pro.
Sean, do you mean this one, the one with titanium?
No way I could trade this busted up thing for one.
Maybe stealing wishes from the birthday boy is not your best plan. Switch to Verizon and trade in any iPhone and get the new iPhone 15 Pro on them.
What?
Yep, and on an amazing network.
And I don't have to ruin any more birthday parties.
Yeah, that ship has sailed. Let's go get you that iPhone. Here we go. Come on now.
Trade in any iPhone in any condition for a new iPhone 15 Pro on us, only on Verizon.
Papa John's garlic sauce fans, we made the garlic epic stuffed crust pizza just for you with that garlic flavor.
In it, on it, with it.
But you wanted more heat, so now you can get it in spicy. Get a one topping for $13.99 only at Papa John's.
Let Instacart tackle your weekly shop, so you can tackle what really matters.
I do the impossible, impossible. I do the impossible.
Utah State has pulled within 3. They have the football. Their last drive, adventurous. McKay Hillstead let loose on this pass, but took a hit.
He really did, and again, he didn't really brace himself for impact when he hit the ground, but it was a beautiful throw, which led to this easy touchdown from Cooper Legas to Royals. Cooper Legas has played very well at times in Blake Anderson's offense, and he certainly has the physical ability. How many state championships did this guy win in football?
Not 1, not 2, not 3, 6. 6 state championships. How about the football, wrestling, and javelin?
Man.
Triple threat. Brock Lane, tight end for Utah State, makes his first catch.
Give me all the quarterbacks that win state championships in wrestling. Are you kidding me? The toughness to be a wrestling state champ, that is serious.
1 yard shy of the first down. Legas, Lane again, undercuts at midfield by Malik Dixon Williams. But he does have the first down, Ross.
The issue for Legas has been that he doesn't always get the ball out of his hands quickly. Boy, he is so far, right? I mean, he is seeing things quickly, processing it, getting rid of the ball very quickly. This is a really good sign for Legas.
Hands it off, Navon Booth. into plus territory. CBS Sports celebrates Hispanic Heritage Month. Utah State in the Mountain West. Mountain West Conference has 2 head coaches with Hispanic backgrounds. Andy Avalos, Boise State. Danny Gonzalez from New Mexico. Second down and 5 upcoming. Booth jukes outside, gets the angle, past Mitchell. First down, Utah State to the 35.
You can just feel the angst in this building right now. The UConn faithful do not like what they're seeing. It feels like all the air went out of the building with that touchdown at the end of the first quarter by Utah State.
Laga gets rid of it, complete right at the first down sticks. Micah Davis with Jones making the tackle. Another Utah State first down.
The blitz comes from the light, and Laga sees it. He is really playing well right now. Laga felt the blitz coming from his right and threw the ball right where the blitz came from.
Booth, hot tie down. A vicious tackle by Colin McCarthy.
Left side of your screen, watch McCarthy get off the block and make the play there without going to the headgear. It's a nice job by McCarthy, and UConn needed that.
Well, McCarthy is still down. Utah State on the move in East Hartford.
Your pride and joy is measured in acres. Keep them looking their best with the Kubota lineup. Versatile Sidekick utility vehicles. The #1 rated tractor brand for durability and owner experience. Professional grade mowers for a professional cut. It's equipment built with one purpose, to get the job done right.
Why do I choose to sleep?
So I could take my game to the next level.
Because when your bed is this smart, you sleep at the right temperature all night. That's why 80% of NFL players choose the Sleep Number Smart Bed.
Feast your eyes on Marco's Pepperoni Magnifico. Fresh dough made daily, topped with our signature sauce. 3 real cheeses, classic pepperoni, plus crispy cupped Old World pepperoni. Pure pepperoni perfection for just $9.99, but for a limited time only.
It's so easy. Get out your own way.
With a Twisted Tea drop. We're surprising real Twisted Tea fans who love the smooth and refreshing taste of Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Real brew tea with 5% alcohol. Keep it twisted.
Colin McCarthy, who dealt with a back injury last year, walked to the sidelines under his own power. Trying to stretch out there. Today's Geico Difference Makers. We have to start with the headline of the first half. Delani Stafford, see their DL. That's defensive lineman. Those are offensive stats. And then Cooper Laga for Utah State has come in. 9, throws the screen. Juking Booth and belted late. No flag as Jones hit him.
Well, he was still tiptoeing down the sideline, though. You know, Jones doesn't really know if he's out of bounds or not. That doesn't bother me. I mean, they blew the whistle, but he's still going down the sideline.
Lots of pads popping and talking down there as well. 3rd and 5.
Big time play here. Laga is a good athlete himself. He can run it. Interesting to see the bunch sets here by Utah State, a constricted formation. When they're inside like this, it's more of a chance for an out-breaking route to try to get to one of the receivers going out.
Play clock at just 2 and a timeout for Utah State. 17-14. UConn leads. Utah State trying to strike to go in front. Blake Anderson's team, known for its powerful offenses, going back to his time at Arkansas State where he spent 7 years. We'll take a look at his profile. Record excellent. Arkansas State from 2014 to 2020. Took over Utah State 2021. What did he do in year 1? All he did was win the Mountain West, one of the best seasons that Utah State has had in the last decade.
I never even heard of that. I mean, they were the first FBS team to go from 0 or 1 win to 11 wins the following season. Just incredible first year that Anderson had. They have a young team. Now they've changed the play here. Remember, before they called timeout, they had a more congested formation. Now they're spreading them out a little bit more.
Terrell Vaughn in the slot, top of the screen, 3rd and 5. They flip it. Booth. Pinball down. Right at the 20-yard line, shy of the first. Chris Sheeran, who's had an impact in this game all 3 quarters, makes the stop.
Nice job by Sheeran. He's going to come off the edge, left side of your screen. Sheeran beat the block by the tight end Brock Lane. That was the key. Allowed the rest of his buddies like Mitchell to come in and clean up. He's the one that got the first hit in there. Anderson going to kick a field goal here. This is the right call, obviously. You're down 3 points, 4th and 5. It's not like it's 4th and 1.
Jacob. James Madison all knotted up at 17 with 6:56 to go in the 3rd. So Jim Mora has seen his 17-0 lead completely evaporates. All right, Ross Report continues with the Heisman hopefuls.
Well, we need to redo this because I need to add Jelani Stafford, obviously, to this list based on what he's done in this game. But, I mean, look at Caleb Williams. Those stats are ridiculous. The Pac-12 quarterbacks have been outstanding, and nobody really remembers that much, to be honest with you, what quarterbacks or Heisman guys do in September. You know, it really remains what you do in November that separates these guys. How well is your team playing? How well are you playing? It's highly likely to be a top 5 team quarterback that ends up winning that thing. That seems to be the formula now.
I like the style difference between Penix and Williams. I mean, they both like to take deep shots, but the way Williams does it versus the way Penix does it is really completely opposite. It's fun to watch both of those guys. Nimrod kicks off. He's been going with these short-range kicks throughout. This is Rosa on the return, and Rosa down shy of the 20. Thought his knee was down initially. They don't blow the whistle and let him get across the 20 to the 21.
So UConn needs to get back to what they did in the first half, Chris. I mean, running the football, some bootlegs and play action from Roberson. Roberson pulling the ball on some of the zone reads. They got to get back to grinding the clock a little bit like they were in the first half.
Kind of a big game for Roberson. Remember last year in the opener for UConn, he was the starter. He tore his ACL on the 2nd drive against Utah State. So now getting a chance to face the Aggies once again. First down give. Edwards elects to go outside and slides to around the 25-yard line.
That's a good play. That's a good first down play right there. That's what UConn wants to be. That's a good 5 yards there on first down. 2nd and 5, you're, as they like to say, ahead of the chains, ahead of schedule. You have 5 yards every play, you'll never lose a game.
Nick Charlton, former head coach at Maine. Wishbone, whatever Ross likes to call it. And then Edwards, who gets belted about a couple of yards shy of the first, 3rd and 2.
Well, the wishbone used to be, you know, the one fullback and then 2 halfbacks behind him. On that last play, they've got Roberson and then a tailback behind him, and he's flanked on both sides by fullbacks. Now look at, they got a T formation here. Seeing this more and more. Stafford's still in there in the T formation. Please give it to 97. For me. For nobody else. For me.
Stafford in the middle there. It's at his Rosa. He stood up shy. Switzer first to meet him. Ross was calling for it to be Stafford getting the carry. Instead, it's 4th down.
Boy, that's a big miss by UConn. Nobody blocked the defender off the edge. Watch Switzer off the edge. I mean, you know, nobody had eyes on him. It looked to me like Hansen, 81, could have peeled off and blocked him off the edge. You don't know their responsibility, but that is a brutal mistake by UConn. I mean, obviously, I'm playing around about giving the ball to Stafford, although he hasn't been stopped yet. But you can't let the outside linebacker come off the edge scot-free like that.
So Carrington back in the punt. Davis to return. There's a flag. Davis nowhere to go. So it'll be around the 25-yard line pending the penalty.
Doing the kick. Holding. Receiving team, number 22. 10-yard penalty from the end of the kick. 1st down.
So back towards the 15-yard line. Utah State back to work on offense. Cooper Lega back on the field for more. Kiana.
Yeah, guys. Blake Anderson said it wasn't without a lot of conversation when they decided to go with McKay Hillstead over Cooper Lega. He said Cooper wasn't completely surprised through spring, summer, even fall camp, just explaining to him the things that he needed to change. Some things just weren't natural for him. But now looking at practice, he said he's coaching the crap out of him, his exact words. He said that Lega is doing great at practice. He was waiting for his opportunity. Obviously, they didn't expect it to be this early, but they've been saying he's going to get his chance, and didn't expect it to be now, guys.
Yeah, it was really interesting, the move being made in the Air Force game in the 2nd quarter as Lega does a shovel pass to Faison, who has 1st down yardage for Utah State, scoring on 3 consecutive drives.
Very nifty play there. Wasn't quite the no-look shovel pass like Tua Tagovailoa last week, but get everybody up the field and then just shovel up behind them.
You see the time of possession for Utah State this quarter, more than the entire first half. Stafford, the one that made the tackle on the run from Lega. To the 31-yard line. I'll actually say the 30.
Just in case you think he's only playing offense in this game. Stafford still getting pressure, still making tackles like that one right there. Forget Travis Hunter. Let's talk about Jelani Stafford as a two-way performer.
Two-way stars. Royals, sideline, he has speed, 4-3 speed, and watch him zoom. He can in fact slow down because he walks in for the score. "71 yards for Utah State to take the lead."
You get one really good block right side of your screen from Lane, and you got a safety take a really poor angle, and that's the result right there. Dixon Williams tried to go underneath the block. If he's going to do that, then Malcolm Bell, the corner, has to have outside leverage. These are fundamental things that UConn is making mistakes on here.
After trailing 17-0, Nimrod's extra point makes it 24 straight for Utah State.
Take another look at it here, Chris. The corner and the safety have to know who has outside leverage, who's coming from the inside. Nobody was responsible for the outside, and that's just a quick wide receiver look pass. That cannot be a 70-some yard touchdown against you. Watch, bottom of your screen. Bell's not able to get outside leverage. I would think he's supposed to have outside leverage there. You don't know. And if Dixon Williams is going to run underneath it, he's got to be able to make the play.
The first career 2-touchdown game for Jalen Royals, the junior from Powder Springs, Georgia. A speedy receiving core. He might be the fastest 4.3 speed.
What did Coach Anderson tell us? He runs 4.3 every time we test him. Every time. Not just like a once in a while guy. He's an every time guy.
5 catches, 124 yards for the 2 touchdowns. Just like every Utah State game, fall behind and then rally back. Short kick, Ross receives at the 20 with a flag. Only returns it about 4 yards.
I don't understand why UConn keeps trying to run the ball all the way across the field against these kicks. Just get upfield.
By the way, that was Levi Williams on special teams for Utah State on that tackle. We'll get to him after this.
Doing the return, personal foul, face mask, receiving team, number 3. Half the distance to the goal, first down.
Okay, Levi Williams is a quarterback. He was a quarterback at Wyoming, transferred here to Utah State, and has basically been the backup or third quarterback. And a couple of weeks back, he walked into Blake Anderson's office and said, hey, I want to be utilized in some other ways, perhaps special teams, use my athleticism. He's a guy who loves to play. Coach Anderson says he's just a grown man, wants to
there's no reason to get away from their original game plan, which was working.
Rosa, outside run, cuts up the field. Ball slipped down shy of the 20. They say he was down.
But again, there we go, Chris. First down run. First down is usually the hardest down to run the ball because the opposition is expecting you to potentially run it, and they're still getting 7-8 yards on some of these runs.
With a 6-yard pickup. Edwards. Past the 20. Still up. Crawls forward. Shy of the 35-yard line. J.D. Drew finally knocked him down. Looked like Edwards would be stopped. Somehow tunneled through the traffic.
And this is the outside zone to the right. Everybody runs to the right. You try to hook your defender. Edwards maintaining his balance. That's back-to-back plays. They're the same play. Run the different sides. And UConn is moving the ball effectively again on the ground. This is who they are. It's who they need to be.
15 yards on the last run. UConn, 177 rushing yards. Another run for Edwards. Plops, 37-yard line. Kean Sloan for Utah State gets credit for the tackle.
So this is my mindset, probably as a former offensive lineman, Chris, but run the ball until they stop it. But just run the ball until they stop it. Make them prove that they can stop it. Even their coaches talk about how undersized Utah State is on the defensive line. You're ripping off 5+ yards a carry for 3 runs in a row. Make the Aggies prove that they can stop the run. This is when I get excited, when I feel like the CBS Sports Network feed is being pumped into the coaches' headsets. Let's just keep running the rock if you're the Huskies. The best unit on the team is probably the offensive line. Certainly the O-line and the D-line. And they're having success. Look at that, by the way. That is unreal. But UConn's on the move here now for the first time in the second half.
From the 46, Edwards tunnels through again, lowers the shoulder, has 10 and a Husky first down. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
This is like old school, old-fashioned Big Ten football, Ohio State, Michigan. I'd say 3 yards in a cloud of dust, but UConn's getting 6 to 10 yards on most of these runs right now, as it really does feel like their O-line is starting to wear down the Utah State front.
Bringing an extra tight end in Hansen. And run behind him with Edwards. Finally a stop. MJ to Fisi. Meets him for no gain.
That was even pretty well blocked right there. Tafisi made a heck of a play. Watch Tafisi. He's going to end up running underneath this block, but it was well blocked to the right. If Tafisi, watch the tight end 81 right there. If Hansen gets a little bit more of Tafisi there, that's a long run again. Credit Tafisi for what they call running underneath the block of Hansen. Hansen needed to stop a little bit earlier.
That's the
3 quarters done. A game in which UConn led it 17-0. Utah State now has the lead 24-17. You're watching college football on CBS Sports Network, presented by The Home Depot.
Where'd you learn to serve?
Oh, I didn't serve, but if your spouse, parent, or grandparent served in the military, you can join USAA.
Yeah, my grandpa did, so I'm already in, but I was talking about your serve.
Oh.
USAA, for the military community.
At FanDuel, we know how great it is to celebrate a win. And we want everyone to celebrate this NFL season. That's why we're giving away over $1 million in prizes with FanDuel free-to-play games. So lace up those dancing shoes. Because with FanDuel, you can feel like a winner after every play. Make every moment more with FanDuel, official partner of the NFL.
Papa John's garlic sauce fans, we made the garlic epic stuffed crust pizza just for you with that garlic flavor.
In it, on it, with it.
But you wanted more heat, so now you can get it in spicy. Get a one topping for $13.99 only at Papa John's.
Hello, welcome to T-Town. Like man over 40 everywhere. These guys experience a drop in testosterone. Don't worry, it happens to all of us. Some guys took my advice about how to boost their testosterone, and some didn't. This guy got the message loud and clear.
That's right, Nugenix Total T.
Nugenix Total T is the unique patented formula powered by Testofen, a patented key ingredient clinically researched to boost free testosterone, to help you feel stronger, leaner, with more muscle and drive. Nugenix is #1 doctor recommended, #1 at GNC, and #1 at Walmart. But you can only get your complimentary bottle by texting RIGHT to 42424.
Thanks. It'll make you feel like a new man. And by the way, she'll like it too.
Get your complimentary bottle of Nugenix now. Text RIGHT to 42424. Text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat incinerator ever. Absolutely free.
Hold it!
Imagine a world with no drama.
I haven't signed Jody's card yet.
Ordering promotional products guaranteed to create memorable moments is an easy mission at 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain.
At over $4 a blade, shaving every day gets expensive. Harry's 5-blade razor offers me a close, comfortable shave. Best part, refills are as low as $2 each, half of what I paid before.
Go to harrys.com/shave to claim your $7 trial.
College football on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by The Home Depot. How doers get more done. By Ram Trucks, built to serve. And by Rogue, don't weaken.
This is the third meeting between these teams. The first came 2001. Utah State beat UConn in scores, 38-31. That was Utah State's last win in the Eastern time zone. To get another one here, UConn on the move to start the fourth quarter. Victor Rosa, the sophomore from Bristol, Connecticut, nearby, picks up first down yardage.
Rosa just came out of the backfield, and it was a miscommunication this time by the Utah State secondary. Rosa was wide open. I think Utah State probably was still thinking, here comes the boom with the run game. UConn switched it up on him with a pass. I would think that the Huskies come right back here with a run. I'm going to guess outside zone to the right with Rosa.
They fake the run to the right. Roberson unleashes. Wide open! Touchdown! Jordan Porter. There is a flag down, though, by the quarterback. Porter shrugs his shoulders. Now continues to celebrate.
That is the second time in this game that I predicted a run, and I think Utah State was thinking the same thing I was thinking because Nick Charlton, the UConn OC, called play action off of it.
Roughing the passer. Defense number 42. The 15-yard penalties and force on the kick. The result of the play is a touchdown.
On Ward roughing the passer.
What a beautiful throw by Roberson. You can't have the contact to the head. He's a defenseless player. So they fake the run, this time to the left, and they get a wide open receiver in Porter, the New Mexico transfer. Interesting, by the way, because this is one where two things. One is they could take another look at that because that was a hit to the head or neck area of a defenseless player. So that's one where they could look at it for targeting if they choose. And also this is a situation where Mora, see, that's a hit to the head or neck area of a defense. I mean, that's why they threw the flag. But at any rate, Moore could have taken the penalty here and gone for two to try to take the lead. But I think this is the right call.
Extra point, McFadden ties it up, 24-all, start of the fourth. A drive that was a lot of runs. Finally, Hartford.
I wish for the amazing new
Wishes from the birthday boy's not your best plan. Switch to Verizon and trade in any iPhone and get the new iPhone 15 Pro on them.
What?
Yep, and on an amazing network.
And I don't have to ruin any more birthday parties.
Yeah, that ship has sailed. Let's go get you that iPhone. Here we go. Come on now.
Trade in any iPhone in any condition for a new iPhone 15 Pro on us. Only on Verizon.
Instacart shoppers shop for you like you shop for you. So you can do you.
Papa John's garlic sauce fans, we made the garlic epic stuffed crust pizza just for you with that garlic flavor.
In it, on it, with it.
But you wanted more heat, so now you can get it in spicy. Get a one topping for $13.99 only at Papa John's.
We're kicking off game day with a Twisted Tea drop. We're surprising real Twisted Tea fans who love the smooth and refreshing taste of Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Real brew tea with 5% alcohol. Keep it twisted.
Where'd you learn to serve?
Oh, I didn't serve, but if your spouse, parent, or grandparent served in the military, you can join USAA.
Yeah, my grandpa did, so I'm already in, but I was talking about your serve.
Oh.
USAA, for the military community.
Scored by quarter, and that's 7 in the second from Utah State. Came in the last minute of the first half. So it was 17-0 UConn. It became 24-17 Utah State with the 24 unanswered points. And then UConn, most recent drive, connection from Roberson to Porter for Porter's first touchdown reception of the year. Ties it at 24 here in the fourth.
This game rules.
It's a fun one.
It's gonna be a barn burner, partner. Strap in, everybody. We got 14 minutes to go. Tie game. This is what we live for.
It was roughing the passer, which moves the kickoff to midfield. Fair catch, 25-yard line. Take a look at today's Pound for Pound, brought to you by Rogue Fitness.
Cooper Lega finding Royals, then Cooper Lega finds Brock Lane, and then Cooper Lega finds Jalen Royals again, who goes down the sideline. Cooper Lega having himself a day off the bench. Really happy for that young man making the most of this opportunity.
Those are great numbers for these quarterbacks. Lega in relief of Hillstead, the freshman. Lega brings that experience. Former LA Bowl MVP in relief of Logan Bonner. Lega zigzags, hammered down, but has the first down. Jackson Mitchell known to lay down the wood a few times.
A little replay by the quarterback. Take a listen to this hit. Man.
Yeah, those hits are hard.
How would you know?
Looking at monitors like that. Rasul, Faison shuffles forward on first down. It's second down and about 3 for Utah State.
Interesting to see the Aggies come out and run the ball first couple times here.
Faison again, elects to go the other way, wrapped up by Mitchell. Maybe gets one, so it's third down.
Big opportunity here for the Huskies to get a stop. Always have to be alert for the quarterback's legs. Lega's run it successfully a couple times. He could read this play.
3rd and 1. Faison plows ahead, picks up the first down. Rasul Faison, transfer from Snow College in southern Utah.
Well, that time it was just Chris Sheeran getting beat. No mental error here. He knew who he was supposed to cover. He was there. The ball was even a little bit behind him. Sheeran just a step late on the speedy Royals. And king that man. Royals gets a 3rd touchdown. What do you think of that one?
Yeah, that's not bad.
King that guy?
Yeah, king him.
I couldn't really come up with anything.
Hey, Utah State doesn't need any clever puns. They just need Royals' speed. As stats guy John Brinkley says, the Royal Flush. Well done.
I like that one.
Papa John's garlic sauce fans, we made the garlic epic stuffed crust pizza just for you with that garlic flavor.
In it, on it, with it.
But you wanted more heat, so now you can get it in spicy. Get a 1 topping for $13.99 only at Papa John's.
We're surprising Twisted Tea superfans with a Twisted Tea drop. Twisted Tea tastes.
I can't keep up with you. You're racing around like you're 10 years younger. How do you stay in such great shape?
Eugenics Total T, Ed, helps me stay leaner, stronger, and gets me back to the energy and stamina I had when I was younger.
How'd you hear about Eugenics?
You kidding? You haven't seen Frank Thomas and Doug Fleeting talk about it? Men over 40, get Eugenics Total T and get back on your game.
Tell him to send a text. Send a text.
To get your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, text GOLD to 231-231. This unique man-boosting formula is powered by Testofen, a patented key ingredient clinically validated to help increase free testosterone levels so you can trim up and stay lean.
Hey, Ralph, aren't you forgetting something?
Get your complimentary bottle of Nugenix now. Text GOLD to 231-231. Text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, absolutely free.
From tropical bites to cowboy delights, Nuts.com has over 1,400 delicious snacks to satisfy every craving. Enjoy every flavor of happy and get free shipping on your first order.
I'm tired of overpaying for a close shave.
Harry's, I don't have to. Harry's offers 5-blade closeness and comfort.
And refills cost as low as $2 each. Half of what I paid before. Go to harrys.com/TV to claim your $5 trial.
College football on CBS Sports Network is presented by the Home Depot. Jalen Royals having himself quite the afternoon. 6 catches, $176, career high 3 scores. This the most recent.
Well, look, Sheeran is on in man-to-man coverage, but that's not who you want on a speedy receiver, right? I mean, Sheeran, I think he initially maybe thought he was playing zone. By the time he realized it was man-to-man coverage, he was not able to run with Royals. Frankly, even if Sheeran knew right from the start and was all over Royals, that is not a good matchup. A receiver running a 4-3, I would not expect any safety to be able to cover them man-to-man with that much space and time.
So Jalen Royals, breakout game for Utah State without Terrell Vaughn having much of an impact, at least in the box score for Utah State. It's been a lot of Royals, second-year Aggie after spending time at Georgia Military. So once again, UConn finds itself in a hole, but last drive they ran the ball to move down the field.
What is a royal flush, by the way? I don't play cards at all.
I don't play poker, so
I know it's something with cards or poker. But that's why it didn't pop in my head. I don't play cards, so I don't know what a royal flush is.
All I know about like those royal face cards is that every time I have a 12, I seem to get one of them at the blackjack table.
Go bust. UConn needs to make sure they don't go bust on this drive. I would love to see UConn just continue to run the rock, although in fairness, they've had a couple of really nice passes off the play action on that last series.
Jolie in motion, first down. Roberson to Jolie. Tight end, accelerates. Jolie, midfield, out of bounds, and wrestles with Larson.
Jolie came in motion across the formation. Again, they faked the run, so you'll see him come across, fake the run. You're almost always going to be late as a linebacker, and then Tafisi's just not fast enough. And Jolie does a terrific job finishing that run. We mentioned earlier in the game that Utah State D coordinator Joe Coffin was concerned about the matchup of his linebackers covering Jolie, and that came to fruition right there.
After the gain of 25, Rosa switches ball hands. Ball in the left hand. Feet moving down the near sideline. Rosa, stiff arm, knocked out of bounds. Another big pickup on the ground for UConn.
And another time where Louis Hansen, the linebacker, is on the edge. Watch the right side of your screen. 81. He's going to get the seal block on Larson. That is just beautiful up front by UConn. Their offensive line, coached by Gordy Samus, has been terrific in this game. And the tight ends, Hansen, has had a bunch of key blocks to really spring some of these runs.
This second half has been fireworks. High snap. Roberson can't handle. On the deck. Roberson picks it up. Kind of play that will set an offense back. Loss of 3.
Watch the snap. Yakari Walker, it's high. Roberson did well to snag it. It looked like he caught it, but then he loses it. But again, the issue when you look at UConn is they're not ideally suited for long down and distance situations. I mean, nobody wants to be in these spots, but UConn's receivers often struggle to get separation against man-to-man coverage.
Ross, you said suited. Royal flush, same suit. 10, Jack, Queen, King, and Ace.
Nice.
Roberson fakes the reverse over the head of Rosa. Incomplete pass.
So, and they had it set up there. They had 2 defenders out there, but they had 2 offensive linemen. That's a layup that Roberson has to make, right? He's made a bunch of nice throws in this game, but you got to make the layups. Now it's 3rd and 13. You got Jolie, the tight end, to the near side, but they've got a corner covering him to the right as you look at that angle, bottom of your screen now. But only 3 defenders at the top and 3 receivers. That's the side to go to up top.
Roberson pass. Nearly picked, but incomplete. Larson in coverage puts the spear back in the holster.
So they went with 2 receivers coming in and tried to go with the out and up with Cam Ross on the wheel route. Larson was all over it. That's good preparation during the week, having a pretty good idea of what to expect from that 3-man route combination.
So a field goal attempt. Joe McFadden, 38-yard attempts. 2 for 4 on the year. This fourth quarter, buckle up. Action in Connecticut.
You're so much more than just a landowner. You're a gardener, a groundskeeper, a landscaper. Because you didn't settle for ordinary. Same goes for your equipment. Versatile, powerful, durable Kubota equipment. More goes into it, so you get more out of it.
Hi, I'm Wolfgang Buck. When I started my online store, Wolfgang Buck Home, I knew there would be a lot of orders to fill, and I wanted them to ship out fast. That's why I chose ShipStation. ShipStation helps manage orders, reduce shipping costs, and print out
#1 cheeseburger and fries for just $10.99. Hey, it's 3 for me, not 3 for us. This Chili's 3 for me is the best $10.99 you can eat.
We're kicking off game day with a Twisted Tea drop. We're surprising real Twisted Tea fans who love the smooth and refreshing taste of Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Real brewed tea with 5% alcohol. Keep it twisted.
Source of inflammation. When pain comes for you, come back fast with Advil Liquid Gels.
Jalen Royals puts the helmet back on. He's set to go back to work as the receiver who's the player of the game, brought to you by Old Trapper Beef Jerky.
Well, I'll say is, he had the touchdown early where it was a drop. Jump with Royals, who gets the Royal Flush.
Ross is now learning. He's a poker expert now. After these last commercial breaks, just Googling everything he needs to Google. He'll be at a table near you. Terrell Vaughn trying to get him a playmaking spot as a returner. Big hit. Flagged down prior to the hit at the 24. Malik Dixon-Williams was the one to deliver the blow, and looks like he's still a little slow to get up.
I did see one of the guys for UConn go low. Be curious to see who got the penalty.
For a legal blow block. First down.
So what happens there is they saw a low block by one of the guys on the UConn kickoff team, but the fact that they picked up the flag tells me that they think he got pushed into it, wasn't intentional.
There's that last hit.
Man, it is a violent game. Watch this collision right here. It's not a contact sport, it's a collision sport. And Dixon Williams put everything he had into it. The good news is he threw his shoulder in there. He was not leading with the head.
Dixon Williams missed the start of the year with an injury, worked his way back into the starting lineup last week. Utah State has scored on 5 straight drives, and Legat deads that ball on the screen to Briggs. There you go, last 5 possessions for Utah State. 4 touchdowns, 1 field goal.
Utah State would be like top 10 in the country if they played the whole game the way they played the second half. I mean, they are lights out in the second half of these games. It's just the first half and the first quarter in particular where they're really bad. I mean, they are genuinely bad in the first quarter of these games.
At Maverick Stadium, I wouldn't even put the first quarter on the scoreboard. I'd just start with the second. Legat on the ground. Stafford wraps him up. Flag down in the backfield.
Personal foul, hands to the face, defense, number 95. 15-yard penalty is added to the end of the play. First down.
I think that might be the second one on Eric Watts. Watch 95, right in the middle of your screen. The right hand goes up there to the chin, and he keeps pushing it. It's actually a nice job by 54, Teague Anderson, to have his right hand open and palm. I don't know that I'd recommend that, but it helped draw the attention to it from the official to get the flag.
Anderson elevated with the absence of Cole Moats. Another big hit as Chris Sheeran just crashes into Legat. Who's tough, assisted back up, second down.
Nice play by Sheeran. You know, he got beat for the 1 touchdown by Royals, but he's had a really nice game otherwise. Made a bunch of plays, playing way off the slot receiver. I would just throw it out to the slot receiver, Vaughn, at the bottom of the screen. I mean, look at all of that space right there.
Instead, opposite side of the field. Comeback route, why not? Royals again with Ben Wahad in coverage. Spotted a yard shy of the first.
3rd and short, another opportunity for UConn to get a stop. Although this would almost certainly be 4-down territory. So I'd expect Utah State, because they have the lead, to run it here. But boy, oh boy, would this be a perfect situation. If you have confidence that you can get it on 4th down, it'd be a perfect situation to give him a little okey-doke here and fake the run.
Instead, a sneak. I don't know if that snap was clean. Regardless, push back. Mitchell blows it up. It is 4th down.
You know, they got pretty good push up front, and Legat, it looked like initially like he was going to get it easily. Credit Jackson Mitchell for coming in there. Now I bet you this, he just pointed the receiver to the outside. He might give him a shot.
Vaughn in motion. Now Legat goes under center.
Hard count. Wow.
UConn discipline.
Nice job.
Timeout. Now that's interesting. Okay, in a close game, Blake Anderson calls the timeout on 4th down. Does that lead you to think that he'd perhaps go for this after the timeout instead of taking the penalty and kicking?
In my mind, you have to go for it now, because otherwise, if you're going to call timeout there, you just take the delay game. You don't take the timeout there unless you think you're still going to go for it. So I would imagine that they're still going to go for it. Blake Anderson's talking with the offensive line coach there. That's the guy he wants to talk to, Cooper Bassett, when you're in short yardage situations, because they have the best feel for what the defense is doing, the softest spot in the defense, and the best place to run the football. Goes without saying, this is a big, big play in this game that will very likely be decided on this play by the big guys up front.
Well, Wade Meacham, left guard, is the most experienced player on the offensive line for Utah State, quarterback in the gun.
Yeah, and he's out of the game.
4th and 1, push forward, Briggs has the first down. Brought down around the 36, so on 4th down, they go for it. 8 for 13 on 4th down.
Watch the tackle that Jackson Mitchell makes here. Left hand, grabbing the jersey.
Crazy.
That is unbelievable strength. That should have been a touchdown.
Legat, play action, Lane. Hands catch at the 30. Won't go down easy. It takes 3 Huskies. R.J. Wilkins finally comes down to end that attempt at a positive gain after the catch.
By the way, UConn had a great play call in that 4th and short. They just ran right by the running back.
2nd down. Fake the screen. Throw the screen. Briggs. Jukes. 1st down inside the 25. There is a flag down right in the area where that catch and tackle was made.
After the completion, personal foul, illegal block below the waist, receiving team number 3. Half the distance to the goal, 1st down.
Receiving team.
You cannot go low. Watch the left side of your screen. You can only go low. Watch number 3 right here. Can't do that. You can't attack the lower body of a blocker like that. You're only allowed to do that within the tackle box, 1 yard of the line of scrimmage. That's an excellent call. They changed that rule last year. Very well done by the officials.
1st down. Briggs darts to the 10. Zoe von Mina Brown, the stop for UConn, approaching the 7-minute-to-go mark of the 4th.
This is always an interesting time of the game, Chris, for these up-tempo offenses, right? Because you're up by 4 points. Really, ideally, you'd like to keep churning clock here and shorten the game, but that's just not how they operate.
Second down. Briggs, Burrows, nowhere. Bryce Yates stops that for no gain, 3rd and 9.
Big play here. If UConn holds them to a field goal, it's still a 1-score game. UConn looks like they're playing zone. Lagasse should know that before the snap. It's zone. It's going to be tight windows to try to fit this in if he throws it.
Instead, it's a run. And Briggs is stopped, so it sets up 4th down. Utah State, a 4-point lead. Field goal makes it a clean 7.
Well, that's a really conservative play call there, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a little bit surprising to me that Blake Anderson would call that. 3rd and long in that situation. Lagasse has played well to just run an inside zone play. Maybe they thought they saw something, but that was not good.
Elliot Nimrod from 24. It gets through, and Utah State a full touchdown lead, 34-27. It does give UConn a chance with 5:20 left.
Heartbreaking Fansville by Dr. Pepper.
So this is goodbye?
Tech's moving to a new conference.
So we're not rivals anymore? What about our history?
This realignment's bigger than us both, but here, I got you something to remember me by.
Dr. Pepper Zero Sugar?
0. Like the odds of you making the playoff. Gotta go.
I'll always hate you and your overrated school.
I'll hate yours too.
We're still gonna out-recruit you.
We have higher academic standards.
Dr. Pepper, the one fans deserve.
Why do I choose a sleep number smart bed? So I can keep them all guessing.
So I know their game better than they do.
So I can take my game to the next level. Because when your bed is this smart, you sleep at the right temperature all night. That's why 80% of NFL players choose the Sleep Number Smart Bed.
The 3 for Me only at Chili's serves up bottomless drinks, bottomless chips and salsa, and an entree with sides starting at just $10.99. Wait, $10.99? Oh, someone's gonna get in trouble for this one. This Chili's 3 for Me is the best $10.99 you can eat.
Utah State up a score. UConn, though, set to get the football. Coming up next, our coverage of college football continues. USF on the road at Navy. And then at 8 Eastern, we bring you Mountain West action. Air Force looks for their 5th straight win against San Diego State. Watch all the action here on CBS Sports Network. Byron Brown for USF. Look at those numbers last week against Rice. 435 through the air, 80 yards on the ground. Combined 3 touchdowns. Cooper Laga talking with head coach Blake Anderson.
Almost makes me wonder if they're talking about that last play. Maybe that was just a replay by Laga, because I'm still surprised, knowing Utah State, that they would just run the ball there in that situation.
Domino from the end zone and tumbles down at the 17. Ross, you've mentioned a few times UConn on their kick returns electing to return it instead of calling fair catches to get it at the 25.
I'm perplexed by a number of things on UConn special teams. You know, when they had the one personal foul penalty and they kicked it from the 50, why would you just kick it in the end zone there and give them the ball at 25?
Yeah.
You only get 25 yards of field position there. That's when you should try to do squib it, something to try to get them inside the 25. At any rate, 5 minutes to go, down by a touchdown. Obviously plenty of time, but UConn is typically a slow-moving creature. They're not up-tempo like a lot of these other folks.
Oh, that snap hit Jolie, the tight end, who was in motion.
Wow. That's the 3rd snap-related issue in this game from Yakari Walker. I mean, that could have been bad. And as it is, it's bad, because they lose 3.5, 4 yards there. And I've said this a number of times, but look, it's a close game, so people might just tuned in. UConn's much better when they're ahead of the sticks and they're running the rock. When they are in obvious passing situations, they struggle.
UConn looking for their first win. Utah State looking for their first win against an FBS team this year. Both teams desperate. Roberson on 2nd down. Roll out to the far side. He jumps to get rid of it. Too tall for Jolie. Looked like Roberson had some room if he wanted to run it. Instead, it's 3rd and long.
He's got to run that ball there. I mean, look at all the space. There's nobody there. I mean, he's running for at least 8 yards there. Instead, to try to fit the ball into your tight end against 2 safeties down the field. Now, listen, Dye might have gotten away with a little bit of a tug there, and I think the UConn coaches saw that, but that's one where in the film room they'll say to Taquan Roberson, hey, just run and get us in a much better 3rd down situation. You might even be able to even get the first.
From Arkansas State, couple of years now here with Utah State.
This is UConn's issue. Watch, there's no separation here. I mean, that's totally locked down. Buckman has to throw him at the end. And they had pretty good initial protection. Nobody's open for Roberson, so he tries to make a play, but Switzer, very athletic. You got to be careful here, too. Usually you want 13 yards with which to punt. UConn has 10.
Garrettan gets it off after the sack. Return from Micah Davis. Davis dances, and the music stops at the 45.
Nice.
All right, so Utah State, the ball, 3:40 left. They're a team that relies on their speed. They ran it well last week. Do they have enough here to dominate possession in a game in which time of possession has been weighted the other way?
So, and it's different too, Chris. Last week against JMU, they're coming from behind. They were running it when they didn't have to run it, right? It's different now for Utah State when UConn's going to be geared up for the run. Could lead to, by the way, an easy touchdown in the passing game with UConn being geared up to stop these runs.
On that first down run, you're right, geared up to stop it. Mitchell, of course, the one to lead the way.
Kind of thought Jim Mora might use his first time out there. I think he wants to make sure that they actually are going to get a stop first. So, Utah State still won't huddle, but they should not snap the ball until there's 5 seconds on the play clock. Okay, that's well done. This is good. This is what you need to do. You got the lead, 1-score game, 3 minutes left. No way they should snap it before 5 seconds or less on the play clock. All right, good enough.
Legend set 8 is fine. Palmina Brown all over the give to Briggs. So 2 plays, not any yards. 3rd down, timeout called. Touchdown game down the stretch.
I wish for the amazing new iPhone 15 Pro.
Sean, do you mean this one, the one with titanium?
No way I could trade this busted up thing for one.
Maybe stealing wishes from the birthday boy is not your best plan. Switch to Verizon and trade in any iPhone and get the new iPhone 15 Pro on them.
What?
Yep, and on an amazing network.
And I don't have to ruin any more birthday parties.
Yeah, that ship has sailed. Let's go get you that iPhone. Here we go. Come on now.
Trade in any iPhone in any condition for a new iPhone 15 Pro on us. Only on Verizon.
Last non-conference game of the season for Utah State. On the road, 2,300 miles away from Logan. Take a look at the upcoming schedule. They go with the conference matchup, their second conference game of the year against Colorado State up next. Of course, a lot of eyes on them a few weeks back at their game against Colorado. And then that Fresno State cracking the rankings inside the top 25 immediately after. Big 3rd down, though, here.
And I think Utah State can throw it here. Look at the top of the screen. It's man-to-man coverage.
The leading receiver, Vaughn, hasn't caught a pass all game. Instead, it's a draw to Laga, spins ahead, shy of the first. Yates on the stop, and it's 4th down. Timeout, UConn.
Well, that's the more conservative route, and I'm fine with that.
We'll return in 30 seconds. UConn can get the ball back.
Domino's new pepperoni stuffed cheesy bread is the best thing since bacon and jalapeno stuffed cheesy bread, which was the best thing since original stuffed cheesy bread. Get Domino's new pepperoni stuffed cheesy bread or any other 2 or more mix and match items for just $6.99 each at Domino's.
Yes! Enter for a chance to win a trip to see your favorite pro football team play with 5 Hour Energy's Ultimate Fan Football Sweepstakes. Plus, you'll unlock a 20% off code for team merch at fanatics.com. Whoa. Enter today.
4th down from the 41-yard line, 4th and about 6.5.
So I think you try to pin them deep and make UConn go the length of the field.
Cottonley, one of the best punters in the Mountain West. Down UConn at the 1 earlier on in this game. Fair catch, Buckman takes a roll.
You don't want to touch it there. So Brock Lane just touched it. You don't want to do that because you can have more time go off the clock. You're taught that in special teams meetings. Don't touch the ball. Let it lay there until the officials blow it dead. That would have been a couple more seconds.
Every second matters.
Buckman wanted to try to catch it, but then he was going to get hit by his own guy. So watch, right here, get away from it. Everybody, get away from it if you're Utah State. You don't want to touch that right there. Because that's a few more seconds you can take off the clock. Because the officials will let it lay there for a second or two before they blow it dead.
And Garcia was a long snapper. He knew it right away. Like, hey, why didn't you let that roll?
I think Lane thought it going back the other direction and thought, I better stop this. I don't want it to go another yard or two that way.
Well, from the 15, long way to go regardless for UConn. Needing a touchdown. Roberson to the air, down the sideline. It's brought in. Cam Ross by midfield. There's the big shot the Huskies needed.
Unbelievable throw by Roberson. Utah State's got 2 deep safeties there, and they've got the corner running with him. Might have been Roberson's best throw of the night.
35 yards. Roberson to Ross again, this time on a screen. It is blown up with 2:10 and ticking.
Watch this throw again. I'm not sure why UConn has 2 guys a yard away from each other there. I mean, maybe it was 4 verticals they call it, but there should still be more separation between those 2 receivers.
Loss of a couple. 2nd and 12. Roberson has Buckman. Low throw, makes the catch. Stiff arm Buckman right near the first down. At the 41, Drew and Larson combined on the stop.
Right side of your screen, here comes Buckman on the crossing route. That time he's able to get separation on that crossing pattern, and the Delaware transfer able to get right near the first down yards. 3rd and short here. If you're UConn, make sure you get the first down here. This is probably a run.
Rosa run. Patient. First down at the 40. It looks like he has it.
He got it.
He got it. They confirm first down for Rosa, which stops the clock for a beat.
Right, and so this is an interesting situation for UConn, right? Obviously, they need a touchdown. UConn has plenty of time to try to score a touchdown. What they don't want to do is give a lot of time for Utah State on the other end, as we remember what happened at the end of the first half.
From the 40, Roberson to Rosa. Dropped the screen and looked like he had some room as well.
That's been an issue for UConn. 14 drop passes coming into today. 2nd most in FBS football. He took his eyes off it. It's a very natural thing to do. You think, okay, I'm going to be able to catch this. Let me look and see what the blockers look like, how it's up. You got to catch it first.
UConn looking for their first win, 40 yards away from a chance at tying it.
Looks like man-to-man coverage with 2 deep safeties. You call it 2-man. Quarterbacks can run a lot in this coverage.
Roberson, clean pocket, fires in, caught. Ross, first down. At the 27, 13-yard pickup. Clock resets, a minute 11 on this snap. Roberson, fan ball, Buckman hauls it in! And out of bounds at the 2. Climbs the ladder for 25 yards.
Utah State wasn't even set on that play. They're not prepared for UConn. Left foot's not down, but doesn't have to be. This is college ball. Beautiful back shoulder throw and catch there. Hands catch, Buckman skies, gets that right foot down, secures the football. Utah State defender over there, Drew, got a little banged up at the very tail end of that.
Beautiful extension. And how about 2 throws on this drive from Roberson? Drew assisted that to the sideline. He hit Ross and then Buckman.
Yeah, obviously UConn wants to win a game, but the real good news coming out of this for the rest of the season, regardless, is what we've seen from Roberson in this game throwing the ball.
Clock winding, 53. 1st and goal. Rosa outside, corralled down, shy of the goal line.
So that's okay, though. I think that's okay, and I'm surprised UConn, it looks like they're calling timeout real quick. Watch Rosa, take a look, see if the ball, does the brown cross the white at all? Ooh, that is close, Chris. That, when he spun around there, that ball might have crossed the plane of the goal line. And with the timeout by UConn, that gives the replay officials more time to look at. Tell me if this brown, see the thing is, we're not right down the line. We're close, but we're not right down the line. That line judge is. So from this angle, it certainly looks like the brown crossed the white. But the line judge, Jim Casey, he's right down the line, and he said it did not. We're just a little bit off of that white line, and he's right down it.
The rule on the field is to run the short of the goal line. The previous play is under further review.
Well, they announced that they will take a look.
So that's the reason why I like that UConn called the timeout. Now, typically, I would not have wanted them to use the timeout there, because now if they score, they're leaving too much time for Utah State on the other side of this thing. But that timeout there for UConn not only allows them to reset and very likely score a touchdown regardless of what the review ends up showing. But it also gives the officials more time up here in the box to take a look at it.
Okay, I want to play a couple of scenarios here. Let's say it's short. Take another look at it here first. But if it's short, you're UConn. Are you against running the ball that close because the clock could start to wind if you don't get it? Passing gives you perhaps more downs to work with. Is that a consideration in the play calls?
It is a terrific question, Chris, and it's something that UConn should be talking about right now, because now they don't have any more timeouts. So if they call a run here on first down and don't get in or lose yardage, that clock's just going to keep on rolling. What I would do in the huddle is call a run and then call a pass. 2 called plays in the huddle. So everybody out there knows, okay, we're an inch away. We're going to try to run the ball in. Whether we lose yardage, whether we get stuffed, whatever, second down, we're going to throw the ball. .43 seconds left, and if you go for 2 and you don't get it, the game's over. You go for 2 and you do get it, then Utah State plays the last series of the game knowing they have to get a field goal, so they go for it on every 4th down situation. Whereas if you keep the extra point, whereas if you go for the extra point, Utah State won't play it as aggressively on their end because they know worst case scenario is overtime.
All right, so the scenario is 2nd and goal from the half-yard mark.
I'm okay with them running it here as long as they have another play called on 3rd down to throw it. And they got my guy out there, the big man, Jelani Stafford. He's undefeated in this game, getting these short yardage situations.
Just joining us, Jelani Stafford, a defensive tackle who UConn has used in short yardage packages, a running back in high school. And he's an energy guy as well.
Chris, 2 weeks ago we did UNLV Vanderbilt. It was unbelievable.
It was crazy.
I mean, these are 2 of the best games I've done in a while. That's why we do these games. Glad to have you guys with us.
Yeah, this has been fun throughout. Remember, in this game, UConn had a 17-0 lead, 24 unanswered by Utah State, and we've been back and forth since.
UConn could very easily, because of the fact they don't have any timeouts, Chris could very easily run a play-action pass here again. Remember, they're 2 for 2 with Stafford in the game, throwing play-action passes, once to him and once to one of the tight ends. A lot of conversation right now.
Jim Mora wants Marcus Woods to come over and be a part of this conversation.
So here's the thing. Mora wants to know why the clock won't start on the ready for play, because I think Mora actually wants to try to take some more time off the clock before UConn runs this play. So he's asking, hey, if Rosa got tackled in the field of play, why is the clock not running once you started as ready for play?
Well, remember, UConn called a timeout right after that Rosa run.
That's a great point. That's correct. That's why the clock's not running.
And I think Jim Mora might be wondering, hey, you reviewed it.
Really give that back to him. Whatever's going on, this is too much conversation, right?
Yeah.
Like whatever the rule is, whatever the answer is, let's get the answer to the test, let's play ball.
The energy here at Rensselaer Field. It's been fun. Good crowd for this game, too. So UConn, their offensive line, Christian Haynes, the All-American at right guard. I wonder if he will be the player that the Huskies want to run behind.
Well, that's what they like. They like the fullback Stafford off right guard with the tight end pushing him from behind.
There it is, right guard run to Stafford, second effort. He's in! The Grizzly touchdown! And UConn's an extra point away from tying it.
Man, he got stuffed on the first try. Watch the balance by the big man. He gets stuffed. Terrific job by Utah State. But Stafford can take a licking and keep on ticking for the first down, for the touchdown, like the Energizer Bunny there.
The extra point is blocked! Oh my! That's Larson who came in, and it's blocked! So Utah State remains in front by 1.
Oh my word. Jim Mora can't believe it. Right side of your screen, he splits the tight end and the wing. That's really poor technique by UConn's tight end and wing.
Changes jersey to number 48.
Nobody got anything on Larson, and what a play by the Utah State captain. Terrific job by Larson. So the tight end, I played that position in the NFL, Chris. The tight end is supposed to step in, but then hinge to make sure with his left arm he gets a piece of that second guy off the edge, and the wingback is supposed to keep his leg in there. Wow, that is devastating for UConn, and now it comes down to the onside kick. If Utah State recovers the onside kick, it's over.
Whistles and a timeout for Utah State.
Timeout, Utah State, the third and final of the half. 30-second timeout.
See the disappointment on the face of Stafford. He can't contain it.
So I want you to watch the tight end right here, okay? Can't totally see his number, but you got to step in with your right foot and then hinge with your left shoulder, a little bit slow, and that left hand never gets up there. So he never gets any piece of Larson, because Switzer's coming into his body, number one, but you just got to get something on that guy. You know, usually there's 2 or 3 guys running over you, Chris, and the coaches used to say, get run over with dignity. I mean, because you have no chance, right? You're protecting the inside gap, you're hinging on the outside gap, there's a guy running over your face, you just get run over with dignity, and UConn did not do that. And they suffered the indignity of a blocked extra point.
Oh, some deception on the onside kick. McFadden. It's gobbled up.
Who else?
Royals. Why not? He's had a monster game of 7 catches, 185 yards, 3 touchdowns. On the hands team ends it.
I mean, who else would get it today than Mr. Royal Flush himself? We need a new term now that he did that. What's better or bigger than a Royal Flush?
I don't know if that exists. But I do know for Larson, he blocked 3 kicks last year. That's something he does. It's a big part of the weaponry of him on special teams.
Man.
He had a pick 6 against Idaho State earlier on this year, a sophomore from Smithfield, Utah.
This is a bitter, bitter pill to swallow for Jim Mora and his UConn Huskies. To march the field, to get it done, to get the touchdown, Chris.
Yeah.
They got the touchdown.
85 yards in less than 3 minutes. That's the hard part, seemingly. What people take for granted is the extra point. Larson did not take it. 2,300 miles away. We can fly back in style. Down 17-0. come from behind for their first win against an FBS team this season. 34-33, thanks to the Ike Larson blocked extra points.